Peace, gods and goddesses. How's everybody feeling?
Peace, AB. Glad to have you here,
Ab,
bro.
Ab,
How much
I'm
more can
sorry.
they
Peace,
cost?
Ab. Peace,
what's
bro.
good, Quasi?
I think there's a lot
Peace,
of
bro.
upside, especially because once you get
Um,
ISM back above 50,
blessings to
really tough
everybody.
to argue
Good day.
for a broad
We're breathing.
market.
We're live. We're
I
here.
think one of the leaders
Got
Blessings,
AB
yeah.
dropping knowledge.
So I think
Facts.
towards the end of the year,
Blessings.
6
Feeling
800,
good, feeling
7,000
great,
is possible.
feeling blessed,
Led
feeling
by
incredible, feeling
tech
amazing,
still?
Yeah, so I think you still want to
abundant,
play, but
prosperous,
yeah, you got to be long AI
peaceful, blessed
and then
family.
crypto trade because those have been the market leaders. So the
Beautiful
next
people.
7 Bitcoin
What's up,
Ethereum,
Malika? What's up, Jelly?
it's really the financials, the
Anthony's,
industrials, the small
Crystal,
So you like
A1,
Yeah,
some
it's
black
kind of
guy, peace God.
cyclicals, AI and
Pat,
crypto,
what's good, bro?
not the defensives.
Deshaun,
that's
peace,
also been
peace,
getting a
bro.
lot of attention lately, especially on Ether.
Yeah.
People are
What's
talking
up, Freddie? I
about
see you.
the future of the financial system.
All right.
Are thinking people like you have said that.
Word. I'm waiting on the
This year,
jewels to drop myself.
looks
I be
at
listening to myself speak
like
as I'm speaking, and sometimes I don't even know how it be coming out.
like
It
1971
don't.
when
I
the
don't know. I just go into some type of zone. But
Wall Street because they
Talicia's coming on. She says she's gonna be like 5-10 minutes late. So when she get on, y'all could. I suggest that y'all just give her hell. That would be like the best thing to do. Um, I'm playing. But she says she getting the kids situated. So she's gonna be like 5-10 minutes late.
time something goes up, people tend to call it froth. I think they call it.
All right.
Hi,
All right.
Ab. How are you?
I'm
Me.
amazing. How about you?
I am fantastic. So you
Love
said
that.
your message said today we were going to focus on management and securing our funds. Will you show like stop losses and stuff, or are you just talking
Well,
strategy?
we're gonna get into all. Yeah, we'll get into. See, the stop loss is gonna be. It depends because most people are using different brokers, so we can still go over the stop loss. I just don't know how I would show y'all the stop
Do,
loss.
do you use Robinhood?
No, but I know how to. Robinhood got the hardest one, but there's a video that we could watch about
Okay.
the stop loss for Robinhood though. That's like that. The Robinhood one is the way you have to do it is a little more complicated than the other ones because a lot of times it won't trigger because we're not. I got to go through it because I forgot. It's been a while since I did Robinhood.
Can
But
I
I got
ask you
you.
to send me the video?
Yeah. I'll send the video right now.
Thank
Where?
you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Peace, peace.
Hey, LS504, man, can you mute, please? Your TV background noise is
Yeah.
crazy.
Facts. What's up, Davion?
Please.
That's what's up.
Damn.
Hey,
Yeah, I
Ab,
gotta
I,
mute
I
y'all.
DM
So
them to do it, but they might not be at their computer. You might have to hit it for us.
What kind
you
of
know what's crazy? I just did it like 2-3 minutes ago. It's like
Yeah, I know,
I
bro.
know when I come in the group, I'm like
Always on
I'm
mute.
I'm making sure my shit's not on a mute. I don't want
I
any
got my
distraction.
mute on. I got my picture off until I'm make sure I'm settled in.
Yeah. No.
Hey, Ab, if you haven't made me
All
the co-host yet, I can help mute people too
Oh, you didn't. I added it. I don't know why I didn't send to you.
when they come on.
There
And
go
I heard what you
Taliesha.
said. Y'all better not give me hell.
Oh shit! You wasn't
Uh-huh.
supposed to be on.
Oh, y'all gonna have to keep it cute with Professor T now. Hold on.
Well, this ain't that. We're gonna keep it.
Look, I knew what I walked into. This ain't
Yeah,
that.
yeah. This ain't that. We're gonna keep it cute ghetto. Say
Yeah,
no play.
funny.
But damn, how do I send this to you? Cause I added it, but maybe if I just click on your name there. Let's see. Taliesha more. See, it's only giving me an option to make you a host. Damn. I don't know. See, I added it on the Zoom thing. Let me go back and make sure. For what's 10:56? I added. Uh,
And if not, that's fine. But I can just kind of help if,
yeah, or that would be good. No, I see right now I didn't add.
We got Professor T today, or we got Gangsta Boo? Who we got?
It's always Gangsta Boo. That's first.
It doesn't. I know why, Taliesha. It's not popping up when I type in your Zoom name. What the hell? Oh, you know what? Is that? Let me try actually typing in your Zoom thing. It don't show your email.
Want me to put it in chat?
Yeah. Yeah. Would it be it's the same one that I sent you, right? I mean that you
Yeah.
sent me?
Yep.
I don't know why it's not working. Shit. Damn, mad people about to email you. Y'all can email her if y'all have any questions or concerns. Let me see. To T-A-I. Oh, maybe. Wait. Was I spelling your name wrong? Nah. 828 flow. Y'all get yeah, that shit not working. Fuck it.
All good.
All right. All right. This is sober app. Damn. All right, boom. So we about to start. All right, so we got 74 people on here. That's what's up. I'll ask again how everybody doing. I'm gonna go through the chat.
Doing good.
What's up, Lele? How you pronounce it?
Thank you. Fantastic
Lily.
way to work.
Who's that? Oh, Jack. You always
Jack.
at work or driving. What's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm actually driving now to go get in the truck.
Always on the road. Grinding. Davion, you got a obituary photo? Talk real quick. Wait. Yeah, we starting early. All right. If you're
Shakola
new,
trying
we're
to give
gonna
me a eulogy.
sorry, what was that?
Shakola trying to get my eulogy.
Oh shit, you do got one. Why why you got that as your background?
I'm here to entertain.
Coffee. All right. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, I bear witness to oneness of God. I bear witness that He and He alone is worthy to be worshipped and praised. I bear witness that He and He alone is the creator of all things, the center of all prophets, and the ultimate revealer of all truth. I bear witness that He and He alone holds the treasure of all that He has created, and I bear witness that He has sent into the world and raised among every nation a messenger, a prophet, or a warner to guide the people to His straight path. And we'll start off with peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Now we can go. So today's topic is going to be about risk management, and let's see. We're just gonna flow. I don't be like having anything set up on how I'm gonna do shit. I just flow. So first we're gonna pull up futures real quick though. I wanna see something. Alright. Peace. Amen. I mean all that. So I'm gonna share my screen and then I'm gonna look at futures real quick. Cause I wanna see what the market is gonna do. Powell stopped speaking, right? Does anybody know?
Yeah, he's done.
Canada to remove
Mm-hmm.
oh shit. Canada is removing their tariffs on many US products 13 minutes ago. Yeah, we're gonna explode. Alright, boom. Where's this shit?
Doesn't Trump speak at like noon, I think, though?
Yep, 1 hour. Is Powell done?
He might be doing a Q&A somewhere, but he's done with his speech.
Okay, cool.
I don't see him on right now.
All right, cool. All right, boom, boom. All right, so this is futures, y'all. So futures, where are we at? We're approaching my resistance. Go 30-minute. That's nasty candle. Well, that's a beautiful candle. Beautiful. 15-minute. We're probably gonna start flagging here. Bull flag. Probably gonna start consolidating right here at my resistance. Before, if we, let me see something real quick. If we break above that yellow line, the blow off top process has begun. If it, but break and retest first. This AV WAP right here is the AV WAP that we had a clean bounce off of. I gotta go back and see what I anchored that to. I think that's June. Look at this. We'll zoom in. Look at how it was bouncing. It broke above it, above my moving average, didn't bounce off the AV WAP. The AV WAP lifted up. I'm looking towards the tip of it. It lifted up and price took off. It bounced and then we reclaimed the 100-day moving average. Had a nice bounce, a break and retest bounce right here. Big engulfing candle. We just went right through the 200 on the 5-minute though for it. And 15, 30. Did we go over it on the 1 hour? Yeah, on the 1 hour we went right through it, sliced right through it. 4 hour, we broke above the 20 daily. We're bullish. Weekly, we're bullish. Declining 5-day moving average though, so this could be a fake out. We won't know till next week. In the chat I had posted. So damn, I don't know how I'm gonna pull it up on here. I can't. In the chat I had posted SPY percentage change around Jerome Powell, Jackson Hole speeches. 5 days before last year, it was up 1.5%. The year 2023, it was down 0.65%. 2022, it was down 2.3%. 2021, it was down 0.58%. 2020, it was up 0.72%. So it was down more often than not 5 days before than it was up. The day of the speech, it was up more times than it was down. It was up 0.24% last year. It was down 0.14% 2023. It was down 3.37% 2022. It was up 0.88% 2021, and it was up 1.41% 2020. The day after, it was up all those days. It was down 2024 0.13%, but 2023 it was up 0.62%. 2022 it was up 0.31%. 2021 it was up 1.52%. 2020 it was up 0.67%. Sorry, it's a lot of numbers. I know it's probably messing your head up. Long story short, 5 days after the Jackson Hole speech, it was down every year besides 2021. Last year, it was down 4.11% the following week. That's a big drop. 2023, it was down 1.36%. We could do that in a day or two. 2022, it was down 7.85%. That's crazy. in a week. That's a big drop. 2021, it was up 0.58%. It barely just squeezed. It probably broke off towards the end of the day. 2020, it was down 2.31%. So that's just something that I want everyone to keep in mind. We could be flying right now, but we could give back these gains next week. Um, and that's when the risk management comes in. Talisha, you could go. You could cut me off at any given time whenever you got something to say.
Yeah, no, I'm rocking with you. I agree. I think so I trade algorithmically, and so some of the terminology may be a little bit different, but essentially I'm seeing the same thing. I see closure today would create what we call an order block, which is institutional flow that's bullish. But we always retest. So I can see a pullback of retesting that order block to push higher, and then just seeing how candles close will determine where liquidity will kind of seek out next. But long term on ES, I'm pretty bullish, but I do think that we're going to come back and retest those trend lines here towards the end of this quarter, early next quarter.
Facts. Okay. Um, Macavedo. The one that I could say was really a dovish tone from Power was 2021, and 5 days after it was up 0.58%. Um, so it hasn't really ran crazy even with dovish news, but honestly, let's see. Honestly, we just got to see. We got to trade the chart to be honest. We're looking okay though right here.
And I think
That
so much of this is baked in already. Like
yeah,
we've just anticipated so much already that caused all this run up that I don't I don't expect a lot of new news to move the market substantially coming out of, the Fed's office or even Trump's at this point. I mean, we can see like when Trump used to speak early in the year, markets would go crazy, and now it's just kind of flat when he talks because it's just
mhm,
kind of so much is built in already.
that's a fact. I believe that we are going to hit the top of my yellow, which would be by well today into next week, and we'll begin to pull back, and we'll basically we're running right now, so people think the market is really going crazy, but just look to your left. We haven't done anything. We're just right back to where we was um last Friday. So yeah, we're not doing anything to be honest. We're still in the range, this whole range right here. We need to break above the yellow, or we need to break below 6370, or we need to break above 6503. We're inside the range right now, so the market's not doing anything. Um,
Can you zoom out to the daily real quick or the 24-hour chart? I want to just add on to what you said there, because I think sometimes the misconception is like just be like you can still make money up here, right? But trading is about probabilities. And so you want to find the highest probability. And so you see how the market runs, it always zigzags. It goes up and comes back down, goes up and comes back down. And so when you're at the top of one of these price legs, the higher you get towards the top of these price legs, the lower your probability is to make money going long, right? Doesn't mean it's not possible. It just lowers your probability. And so I know sometimes in the chat it's like, yeah, but this is running, we can still make money, hop in, go long, etc. And it's like, yeah, you can, and you can still make money, but you're like the goal of trading isn't just to like happen to make money. The goal of trading should be to find the highest probability setup to decrease your risk, like we're talking about today, and then still profit consistently. So it's not a matter of like, can you go long up here? Sure, whatever, do what you want. But the probability decreases the higher you are in the top of that price leg. And it's all about, let's find the highest probability setup so that we can at least get on the right side of the trade more times than not.
that is a fact. Um, the high probability trades is the only thing we should be focusing on. So you shouldn't be trading every single day. Why? Because the market is sideways. Majority of the majority of the time, the market is sideways. About 70%, it's 70 something percent the market trades sideways. So that
Mm-hmm.
only leaves us about 30% or lower for us to actually have a trend, whether it's up or down. So there should be no reason why someone is trading every single day. Whether you're day trading or you're finding swings every single day, that is crazy. Um, and then, like she said, high probability setups. So you want to make sure that you're not overexposing yourself and that you're risking. The goal of the game is to risk as little as possible and make as much as possible. You want to risk as low as you want to risk low as low as possible that you can, and you want to target the highest amount that you can. Risk a dollar to make $3 or more. You have tools over here that can help you your long position and your short position under the forecast or under projections. Long position is for calls, short position is for puts. And this right here is just your stop loss is red and your green is, of course, your as long as you're in the green, it'll keep going. But when you break above the green, it take profit. But if you break below the bottom of the red, it will trigger the stop loss. So you want to risk a dollar. You don't want your shit to look like this, which most people should look like this, half half. You don't want it to look like that because someone said something after I posted about how you will lose more than you win. Someone posted something like, I think they thought I made a mistake by saying, because they corrected me and said you will win more than you lose, which is absolutely incorrect. Um, so if you're on here, you was wrong. You're gonna lose way more than you win trades. I'm not talking about money, but if you're so you don't want to risk this much. The best traders, the ones that win, that's freaking winning like championships for trading and stuff, their hit rate, they'll tell you it's like 50 55%. It's around there. You're not gonna hit 90 100% 80%. So if you're risking like this where it's half and half, all you need is like 2 3 trades and you're going to be down a big amount because you're going to lose more than you win. So that'd be you lost twice and you won once, basically. So if you lost twice and you lost once, you're basically doubling your losses versus your wins because you're going to lose more than you win. But if you risk a small amount, and so if you risk a dollar, right? Like say we risk a dollar and we're aiming for like $6, I could lose 6 times and I only have to win 1 time to make back my gains. So that it's very important that you focus on your risk to ratio. Always risk $1 to make $3 or more. If you risk $1 to make like $2, that's more so scalping. Like when you're in the trades for a few minutes, that's where you could risk like a dollar to make two, or even a day trade. But you want to be careful if you're doing it with day trading. You want to limit yourself to like 2 trades, probably in that day. 3 trades the most. Don't take no more than 3 trades. It's a reason why you get penalized and flagged for that because if you're using like a margin account, you're using their money essentially. So they don't trust you to even trade more than 3 times. So that tells you a lot right there. But
That's good. And I think part of this also is really being clear on what kind of trader you want to be and what kind of trader you are. Someone had mentioned in the chat, like going from I can't say it the way they said it, but it was really good. Like, we'll try to go from scalping to day trading to swinging to leaps, and you're confusing yourself and you're adding confusion to your system. And so the clearer you can be on what kind of trader you want to be, the easier it is to just relax. And I'm a big component of like stress-free trading. It doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be like super intense, you know? And I just think that's really important too to be clear on what kind of trader you want to be. Many of you didn't sign up to be day traders, and that's great. So just in doing that, you don't need to be looking at the market every day and stressed out about it. You know, look at your target, set your either profit target or price target, and just relax. Um, but being clear on what kind of trader you are and what kind of trader you want to be or aspire to be can help take some of the stress out of trading.
That's a fact. Oh, we got 92 people in the Zoom. What's
Nice.
up, everyone? Um, damn, Taliesha, it's like Kobe and Shaq. I pass the rock, you grab it, dunk it real quick, pass it back to me. I like it.
Dynamic duo. Yep.
Yeah. Um, what was I gonna say? So I forgot. I lost track. I played too much, bro. All right.
So Levine in chat asked if I could explain algorithmic trading,
Oh,
and I'm happy to, but I'm gonna rely on your leadership here because it is can be super technical, and I can simplify it, but I don't want to go into it just yet until we at least talk about the risk and stuff like that.
yeah. That is very technical. Um,
Hmm.
very very technical. Yeah. I don't think we should do that to like the end of the Zoom. That's gonna
Yeah.
lose. That's gonna lose people. It took me a long time to learn that. And I only learned that because I was a day trader. Now I
Mm,
remember. So to find your trading style, you have to lose money. So when you come in the market, for all the new people in here, you can you're gonna it's some of you in here, very small amount, that will probably in this environment right now, a lot of you right now are probably just breaking even like slightly, but you're gonna have days that's very profitable. But when the market settles and becomes calm like how it normally does, it's not gonna be like this. Right now, everything's just going up no matter what. So first, like Talisha was saying, you want to be calm. Day trading isn't going to make you calm. I started off day trading because I had the mindset of wanting money, not necessarily fast. Like I had the mindset like I could wait 5, 10, but I was still noticing myself still trying to make money in a day or two to replace my job right away, which most people in here is probably going to do. So you're gonna it's nothing we could tell you. You're gonna have to just go through it. You're gonna try day trading, but day trading is very stressful. That's day day trading like Steve Cohen. There's a few like really big successful traders, but I mean, if Robinhood is offering 24/7 trading, that should tell you not to trade 24/7. Um, So they and then so they're pushing out the day trading a lot more because it's like day trading is equal to like um I would say day trading is like stuff a lot. Getting your little crack pipe and going to the casino and yeah, you get that first hit of that crack and then you go to the casino. Now you got like two addictions and that's day trading. Now every day you gotta trade every single day. Then you want more. So you'll trade at 9:30, then you'll trade again at like 10:30, probably trade again at 12. Then you probably like, let me just get one more trade at 1. Then you'll probably hit another one at 3:30, and then you'll repeat the process every day. I noticed when I was day trading that I was becoming a fiend. I was just telling someone on my one-on-ones that day trading, it was a point where it took over my life to the point where I would notice that I would so like I would be with my family, my kids and stuff, and I notice like I randomly pull out my phone and start checking the charts and stuff like that. But a lot though. It like we should do it, but to a point where like when you going out to eat or you're eating dinner with the family or just spending quality time, you shouldn't be doing that. I noticed that I kept doing that. Like I'll pull out the charts or at work, I'll go to the bathroom real quick to go check my trade. It was to the point where it's like it wasn't stressful, like I didn't feel it, but I know that it was putting some anxiety on me though. That's not a good way to live where you just constantly have to check the charts. But once it starts consuming your life like that, I mean, what I was telling myself is like, oh, I'm obsessed with the market, but it was an unhealthy obsessiveness though. You got to be careful with day trading. Shit is like crack for real. You're gonna lose a ton of fucking money as well. Day trading. Day trading is not meant for us to become profitable because they want. They know most of us cannot wait for our money, passive income. We a lot of us don't want that. A lot of us want fast money. When you get fast money, the money leaves fast. You don't even know how to fucking save it, how to break it down, none of that. You want to just keep getting the fast money, the fast money, the fast money. So it's gonna go very fast. But once you practice the patience and wait for your money to come to you and just keep putting your setups in, and that's where you got like your calmness. That's where you got your discipline. But when you're day trading, you don't have nothing. You don't even have rules for the most part. But that's what I really had to say. So
I'm gonna add one thing to that app and just say that in light of that, winning a trade does not make you a good trader. Like winning a trade does not make you a good trader. You can go to the casino, pull the slots, and win. That doesn't make you a good gambler. And so I think oftentimes we can get caught up in like we won, and then like Ab was saying, go back in, and we want more and more and more, and that's the easiest way to lose money. And the market knows that. So it's just like, yeah, come on, come to the casino, like you said, and just the house always wins. It's the same with the market.
that's a fact. No, that was good. Um, so basically, it took me a long time to notice that I was learning though. I learned a lot though from taking all those losses day trading. That's what made me the trader. That's how I started getting into the algorithm trading as well. Um, that's why I just don't really show it because if y'all see my charts, like when I do it, you wouldn't know what the hell I'm looking at. I use a lot of trend lines and stuff when I'm trying to figure it out because these candles are all connected to each other. Long story short, the best trading setup, and this is not even just from coming from me, but a lot of the successful traders will tell you as well, is the first thing you really want to do when you come into trading is trade shares. That is the once you could trade shares, because shares, your money, it's not like options, 100 contracts. You're buying one stock of the company. That's your money is not going to move real fast, but you're already practicing right there patience. Because once you start off with options, now you're expecting the money to come fast. When you start off with shares, you're like, this is boring. Boring is good. Boring is good. You don't want to have fun in the market. Boring is good. So now you're practicing patience and you're noticing that how the stock moves slow. Um, that's that's healthy because then if you're day trading and you gain $1,000 in a day, and then the next day you lose that $1,000, that shit's gonna hurt. In shares, you could buy 10 shares at the price of 500, 1,000, whatever. If it drops 1%, shit is not going to hurt you at all. At all. So the best thing to do is to trade shares. Once you learn the gist of this whole thing, then you get into swing trading. Once you master the swing trading, because swing trading is, in my opinion, the most profitable one. Once you master swing trading, then you can start getting into your day trading. Day trading will help you with the technical. It'll really get you to dig a little deeper into the technical part of trading. But still with swing trading too, but day trading will really help you a lot more. So trade shares, swing trade, and then day trade, and leaps is leaps is if you could trade shares and swing trade, you could do leaps. Leaps is another good one to do if you're like working and you're not as passionate about the market. Leaps is good for you because you could do shares and you could do leaps. So that's good passive money. The leaps bring the money to you a little quicker, so you don't have to wait a few years. You could wait like a year, 2 years, and get your money. Or you might not even have to wait that long because the way the stocks go crazy, you might be able to cash out in half a year. So yeah, but go ahead, Talisha. I gotta practice. Like I have to stop myself because I'll run off the whole time if you don't jump in.
So, no, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think maybe we go over a couple of just like, so obviously you guys know I'm a teacher, so I have a whole framework of
You can
like
share your screen at any
goal
time too.
setting. I have this just in my notes here. I just cause kind of jotting down my notes, but I will share my screen later if we want to look at some algorithmic trading, but I do want to make sure we at least cover the risk management side and just kind of the goal setting side for people to have that to take away. And then maybe we can go into some specific stocks and then we can talk about, styles of trading,
Hmm.
something like that.
Hmm.
So one of the things that comes up often is risk management and stop losses. And like Ab said earlier, the stop loss is going to be specific. How you actually put it in is going to be specific to um, the platform you're using. But I think one of the things that we miss out often is when we enter a trade, whether it be a swing or a shorter swing or a day trade, we often sit in the trade to see how much we can get out the trade. And that's a very easy way to lose money. And I don't know about you all, but I've lost more money letting green trades go red in my early days than being wrong, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
And so it's important as you're trying to manage your risk. And again, this goes back to what kind of style of trader you want to be. If you want to be a deep swing leap trader, then don't worry about this. Buy at a discount, hold for a year, make your money, be done, right? But if you're wanting to trade more frequently, it's important to not just hold a trade to see how much you can get. It's important to look at the chart and hold a trade to a target and then look at that same chart and look at, okay, at what point is my idea invalid? Like at what point is the trend changing? At what point does structure break? At what point is it not worth the risk to reward, right? And that gives you a good idea of where your stop loss should be. Um, and being consistent with that, right? Because it's really easy, especially when you have a trade and you're newer at trading, when you have a trade and it starts to get green, the hardest emotion to manage in this game is greed and ego, right? And so once you start seeing that green, then you're like, oh, it can go higher. It can go higher. It can go higher. And many of us have learned the hard way. Jack, I see your comment there. Many of us have learned the hard way that just as fast as it can run up, it can fall back even faster, right? And so when those and then when that trade turns red, now you're just sitting in hope, like I hope it goes back the other way. And the chart is telling you it's not happening, right? But that's when our emotions get involved. So anyway, one of the things that this is just kind of like um, something I got from my trading coach about setting up a plan for trading and figuring out your trader identity. So the first thing is find the style of trader you want to be and master that. If you are going to be a swing trader, then don't look at these charts every day. If you are going to be a aspiring day trader, then study the charts and look at what your setup needs to be and what's going to be your entry model, what's going to be your green light to jump into the market. Because it can't just be the market's running, right? I'm going to hop in, or the market pulled back. This is a good time to buy. Many of us experienced in April or February and March buying the dip and it kept dipping, right? That's the power of looking at a chart and knowing, is it a good time to buy, or is this stock on clearance for a reason, right? Is it just falling off a cliff? So the first thing is identifying your trader identity. What kind of trader am I? And then it's identifying your capital expectations, right? So, do I need this money? If you need the money you're trading with, then your risk needs to be very, very tight, right? If it's money that you have that you can blow and be fine with, then maybe you have a little bit more risk tolerance. But if it's money you're relying on for your retirement plan, for your bills, for, just day to day, then that's important to even be more tight in how you're managing your risk. So your trader identity, your risk tolerance. And then if you are going to trade more frequently, it's thinking about what is my specific trade setup? Do I use Fibonacci tools, retracement? Do I use trend lines and moving averages? Do I use indicators? Nothing wrong with indicators. It does, I think, kind of handicap you from reading price, but nothing wrong with that if that's the kind of trader you want to be.
Mhm.
Another way to lose money very, very quickly in this market is to try to do everything. You see AB doing the moving averages, so you add those to your chart. You see a trend line, so you add that to your chart. You see the fib. Now you have a million lines and you don't know which one to follow or which one makes sense or even what your strategy is, right? So it's finding what works for you. And the
Mhm.
most profitable strategy is the one that works for you, right?
Mhm.
There's so many ways to make money in this market. It's finding the one that works for you, that works for your lifestyle, for your trading plan, for your, I don't use the 5-day moving average. Why? Because I don't usually trade shorter. I'm trading longer. So the 5-day is a shorter momentum for me, and it doesn't add to my strategy, right? Ab loves it and it works for him. The point is, there's so many ways to be profitable and there's so many ways to lose money. And one of the easiest ways to lose money is what they call strategy hopping, right? You're trying this. I lost this trade. Let me try something else. I lost this. Let me try this. Let me try this now. And you're just trying to grasp for a strategy because you see someone else winning in that strategy. The way the ab trades is highly effective for him. It doesn't work for me. And that's okay, but I know that. So I'm not going to try to just mirror his charts and apply everything he applies to how I trade because my style is different. And the same with me. He's not going to be like, let me just mirror her charts, right? So finding your trading strategy and what your particular setup is going to be critical in making sure you stay out the market when you don't see your setup. I think it was Mew that said it. Well, I think I had posted something and she was like, yes, I say the same thing. But you have to marry your trading plan and your setup, not a specific ticker, right? Or a run up. Like, marry your model. What gives me the green light to enter the market? And the clearer you can be on that, you'll save yourself some money, right? Losing in trading it's inevitable. We can't avoid losing in trading because it's all a game of probabilities, but you can decrease that substantially. So what's your trader identity, your risk tolerance, what's your entry model going to be? What gives you the green light to go into the market? Thinking about what your take profit's going to be, if that's going to be a percentage or it's going to be a dollar, a price target on the chart. What's my take profit? And being okay with once that take profit hits, you hit sell or whatever, and you get out the trade. Don't hold forever hoping it's going to give you this 1,000% return because that's not the goal. That's nice, that's cool, but it's not the goal of trading if you're trying to be consistently profitable. The goal of trading is, let me back up. Market makers' number one objective is to what? Anyone know? Put it in chat if you know. What's their objective with retail traders?
Liquidity grab.
Liquidity grab. Their objective is to turn us all into liquidity, right? Think the casino again, right? The idea is to turn us into liquidity. The more we're in the casino, the more we're in the market, the easier it is for them to do that, right? So the idea is to be really clear on what is my target. Our goal as traders should be, how do I, one, not become liquidity and extract liquidity out the market every time I trade, right? How do I take liquidity out? And if you can do that consistently, that's what makes you a trader, right? Otherwise, you're just gambling and calling it trading, and that's fine. Just know what you're doing, right? And so it's important to be able to say, I'm taking my 30%, I'm taking my 40%, and I'm moving on. It is cool when you can see 100, 200, 300% returns, but that's not highly probable every time you trade, right? And so again, remember, we're trying to go for high probability setups. The last part is scaling. So you have your trader identity, you have determined your risk tolerance, you've identified what kind of model is going to allow you to enter the market, whether that's using the Fibonacci tools, and I'm looking for pullbacks. Get to 62.8, I'm in the market, right? Okay, great. Moving averages, we get to the 50 or the 100, I'm in the market. Fine. Just be consistent in that, right? Identifying your take profit and where, at what point on that chart is your idea no longer valid. If price crosses this level, it's a wrap. I wasn't right. I'm not on the right side of the trade anymore. And now I'm just holding in hope, right? And the last part that is, I think, critically important is how you scale. So going in small and scaling your account up slowly, right? Because if you have no capital, you can't trade. And so looking at whatever, if your account size is $5,000, I'm going to only risk 5% of that at a time, right? And I'm going to go in and risk that 5%. I'm going to aim to get my 1 to 3, 1 to 2 return. 1 to 3 is good. And I'm going to be out the market, and I'm going to do that slowly to build my account. So eventually that 5% is 3 to 5 to $10,000 a trade, right? And I can go in with size, I can get my 20, 30% and be done, and I'm having consistent profit every time I trade, right? And then the other part is just, this is just kind of the icing on the cake, is just thinking about what's the purpose of your funds, right? So am I going to reinvest this into my account? Am I going to pay myself? Am I operate this like an actual business and pay myself out of my profits? Am I using this for long-term retirement and it's just going to sit there? Just having a plan for from the moment you enter the market to the moment you exit the market, having a plan and understanding what your plan is and then sticking to your plan is going to increase your odds of probability substantially. I'll stop there. What you want to add, Ab?
I just want to say that.
Oh,
So
can I just say something? I'm at work. Sorry, guys. Can I just say something, Taliesha?
go ahead, Rudy.
Oh, you're good, man. Not gonna lie. You're being a teacher is your God given gift. You're really good.
Oh,
That what you just said there, man, just opened up a whole different perspective to me about the game. Like, you're good, man. You're really good. I love everything you just said. Like, yeah, you're good. You're
oh,
good.
thank you, Rudy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you,
Yo,
thank
yo,
you.
yo, yo, yo. Yo, it's Mus, UK. Hey,
Hey,
Taliesha. Assalamu alaikum, Ab. What's going on?
hey,
Like
Mass.
this one.
What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, definitely. I echo what my man said. It was, yeah, definitely resonated with me. A couple of things that you said. Definitely having a strategy. I think it's like sharpening the axe before you start swinging it. So I think everyone's coming in with a blunt sword and they're trying to chop at the market. But really and truly, we need to take a step back, formulate the strategy, how we're going to enter, how we're going to exit, like what you said, and then come back and start swinging that sword while it's sharp. Then you chop through the market more easier. So definitely, I agree with that. And I'll probably tap in more often because I like the way you like to teach him, and it's nice.
Oh, I appreciate that, Mass. Thank you. And I absolutely agree. We often come in with a blunt sword, and trying to just get whatever we can. And trading can be so much more simplified. It's not easy, but it can be simplified.
Hey, can I jump in
One
and
hundred
say
percent. And
too?
Ab, what you said about the addiction to the market, boy, I didn't even really know that was a thing. But after hearing you saying what you said, I started to realize certain attributes I'm doing myself, and I think I'm gonna have to pull the handbrake on that one there.
Yes. So word. That thank you for speaking. We love y'all. Well, I can't speak for her, but I'm pretty sure she does as well. But I love feedback though. So
Same.
that was
Yeah.
good. Talisha, you are good. That's
Thank you.
I was gonna joke around, but they just made me serious just now. But no, seriously, I felt it. I felt it a little bit.
I
But
love to
no, that
teach.
that was really good though. Seriously, it was you break down stuff really, really, really well. So we feed off each other because sometimes
Hmm.
I could complicate stuff and you might be able to break it down better than me or vice versa. So that was really good though. Um And I like when you just take over, to be honest, because I talk too much. But one thing that I wanted to say though, let me share my screen again. Um,
We do want to see that algorithmic trading though.
I got you
so
guys.
I had put this yellow line here on the daily. I don't know if you guys was watching on the daily. I just dropped it on the body of all these candles over here. Come on, TradingView. Um, should load. So I dropped. Oh no, daily. I dropped it on the body of. Where's the red candle at? My shit is fucking out, bro. Hold on, y'all. All right, there we go. I dropped it on the red candle right here. This red candle. I put it on the body of this red candle right here. And now I'm just looking at that from the 1 hour. Um, what the fuck? My shit is fucking. All right, boom. So that's where I got the yellow line from. Now you can see we are rejecting that yellow line, not by coincidence, but I strategically put that there. Anyway, so based off back off of what Taliesha said, greed. But how do we avoid greed if we don't know what greed is? We know the word, but do you truly know what greed is? That's the first part. Do you truly know what it is? It's a deep feeling for more, fueled by insecurity, a sense of scarcity, and the belief that possessions give you happiness. So people get like wealth and materialistic things like money, and it's a psychological defense against their feelings, um their fear of not having enough. We know what the scarcity mindset is, um like hoarding hoarding and the need to acquire more, um and then greed is like it goes to here the brain, the reward system, dopamine. It released dopamine, reinforcing behaviors that acquire you to get more. And that's a bad type of dopamine. Dopamine, that's the high, the chemical that your brain releases when it's something that it loves. Greed, that's what greed is. It's fueled by insecurity, sense of scarcity, and just like believing that these possessions such as like money and stuff like that is true happiness. Think about that. Why else do you see 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70% trades and you're still not taking profit on that? Because you want more, you believe that you deserve more, or you're ungrateful. You think that it's not enough. Greed is the killer in the stock market. This whole thing, the stock market, is psychological, right? It wasn't made because um these are good companies and I want you guys to invest in it. It was made because that is part of it, but it's more so how could we already got y'all money. So first, do you know what economics is? We already got your money for clothes and all that stuff put into America's economy, so it's just floating in. How do we get more of your money? So now the stock market, you're investing in this company, and now we're taking your money. So this whole thing is based off the mind. The stock market isn't it. If something is made off of evil intentions, how can it become something positive in the future? Basically, what I'm saying is, so not the stock market is it's blood money. We got to get our money, of course. This is our way for reparations, and this is really our money. The first currency was what? The first currency was humans. Before the fiat currency, so the stock market traded humans first. This is all a psychological thing. It's based off the mind. How do we keep the slaves in check? Human slaves in check. How do we keep them in check? We give them a little bit and we take a lot. Now the stock market, how do we keep these slaves in check? It's the same thing. We make them feel like there's something like the house Negro. We make them feel like they something. We give them all this, big them up and stuff like that, and they're really not getting nothing. We giving our money, but we're getting our money, but we're giving it right back because of one thing: greed. Y'all just have to really, really tap in to yourself. You cannot trade in this market if you don't have this in order. Why these acronyms that they got for like the Greeks? I already broke it down before. Some of them mean thinking, some of them mean deaf. Um, FOMO, fear of missing out, the anxiety of missing potentially profitable opportunities lead to impulsive, poorly analyzed trades. It's like it's like they know this stuff. Overconfidence. When you become successful in your trades, the traders start overestimating their abilities, ignoring the risk management, and then that's when position sizing come in. They start, fuck it, I'm gonna drop this whole thing in because I'm on a winning streak. Um, so it's like we really gotta pay attention to this. This you're not gonna be successful. You don't got this first. They're triggering everything. The fight or flight. You have that in you. The fight for this right here, that's just natural human thing. So the fight in the stock market is what? Aggressively doubling down on investments. Flight, selling off investments and locking in losses, right? Then the freeze part, avoiding looking at your investments and then taking no action because you're too scared to see yourself losing the money. All of this is based off of just this, the destruction of the market. Psychology is starting here. You got to get this right. You got to understand this. We know what greed is. We know what words are, but we don't truly tap in and understand the words. Greed. That's why most of us in here are losing trades because of one simple thing: greed. And that greed comes from our egos, our mindsets that we have been programmed or reprogrammed ourselves. You need the first thing you need to do, what I did was called a paradigm shift. Tap into your mind. The stock market will change your life. Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, Reverend Ike, it's a whole bunch of them. Paradigm shift. A multitude of bad habits. Replace them with positive habits. And it's a lot of the things that you're doing right now in a market that's just because of how you operate outside of the market. Um, the confidence, all of that shit. It happens to many of us. Um, it happened to me. Overconfidence before, but now I play a lot, but and I am confident, but I'm not overly confident though. I don't. I truly know I'm not the best trader. I'm I'm just, but I will be. But I do it more so because I want to motivate others, and I just know where I sit in the room. Until I see somebody prove themselves, showing that, like, then I may bow a little bit, but I'm still gonna study even more so I could become a better trader than them. So that's all it is. But the materialism, the all of this shit is greed. All of this shit is boiling down to one thing. It's just our fucking minds. Like, why? Like, we are literally in prison here. Here. This that the true definition of prison. It's not a jail cell. It's here. This is this is the ultimate cause of death. Here. Here. This, if you stress so much that you could actually get a dis-ease, if you stress so much, you could trigger your body to be so uncomfortable where it starts fighting cells that's supposed to help you, and you're now got what we call a disease, but a dis-ease. It's you really have to tap in. That's really what I just went on a rant, but that was so important because a lot of us just don't know what this word is, greed. And until we understand it, until we understand that we all have flaws, we all have flaws. All of us. I don't care what nobody in here say. You have a nasty flaw. Unless you truly are just right. I mean, I don't want to say everybody because there's probably someone in here that's just listening that might be really righteous, like a really righteous, honorable person. You probably don't got too many flaws at
Yeah,
all.
we all got flaws.
We all got flaws, but I was referring to nasty flaws though, like those the flaws that really stick out. Um,
Ab, can I say something real quick?
yeah.
I had put it in the chat. Literally, what you talking about is just like calling me out like to the T. I literally had the perfect setup 2 weeks ago, got the money, but I wanted more, and I lost 3K just like that in an instant.
Mm,
Greed, nothing but greed.
mm. And when did I do that shit? I did that shit on damn, what was it? I did it on Apple. I did the same thing on Apple 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. Agreed. Because it's a human nature. But we could control it though. We really can control it. And we have tools that we could use to control it. Stop loss, take profit. You don't have to touch it. Why are you going back in? I used to set a stop loss and then I'd be like, oh shit, this shit getting close. You are. Let me lower my stop loss more. I used to do that shit and that should have come down and trigger me out. Like I lost way more than I should have. That's not what I just did. What I did with Apple was I was up like I think I was up like 27%, something like that. And this is why it's not good to have targets. I was confident, overconfident that it would hit was it I think I had 201. I thought it was gonna hit 201. It hit like 206 and I didn't want to get out because I thought that it was gonna come down to that. And then next thing I know, it was Trump or something, some type of announcement happened and Apple ripped my fucking face off. And what Apple was at like 231 last week or something. It fucking ripped my face off because I got greedy. But I could have prevented that by just taking my money and getting out. But it is what it is. You don't beat yourself up. You just live. You move on. You write it down in your journal. That's what I do. I write it down in my journal, and I'll be kind of hard on myself. And every day before the market opens, like 9:15, 9:20, or depending on how much I got in that journal, 9 o'clock, I'll just start reading everything, all my flaws that I did. Um I'll read all of the bad things that I did in the market the previous days, and then I'll read all the positive things after I read the negative things so it don't eat me up. And then now that's on the top of my mind while I'm trading, so I shouldn't make those mistakes again. And if I do, that just means I need a new setup more than likely. But go ahead, Talisha, if you got something off that.
Nah, you was what that was it. You hit it. Get an ad.
So we just gonna go
Yeah.
through
Oh,
the
actually, you know what? A thought came to mind because you mentioned that just the whole psychology and how it's designed. It wasn't designed for us to make money, right? And I would just add a caution of like, just be careful which books and trading material you're reading because the same people that are designing this market, which I believe it's just one big algorithm. I don't believe it's like natural supply and demand. I believe it's all by design and intention. That's a whole nother topic. But the same people who are like driving the market are the same people writing the books that we read about how to trade the market. And so this is why we get stopped out, right? They tell us to look for certain shapes and they put the triggers right at those shapes where we know our stop loss is going to be, right? And so just be mindful about what we are adopting and think about who gains them, who benefits the most from what we're learning, right?
That's a fact.
Taliesha, see
Yeah.
what you just said. I
Yeah.
realized that like a month ago. So
Mm,
basically, all of the I used to put in the group like this is a rising wedge, it's gonna break to the downside. This is a double top, double bottom, and sooner or later I started memorizing the patterns. Then I started learning about market structure and
right.
finding out prices just hunting liquidity at all the places where you expect breakouts on patterns. So
Exactly.
then that's when I learned about inducements, and I realized that hang on a minute, the market makers are inducing the traders into these patterns and building up liquidity where we expect breakouts. So now you're saying that it's from an algorithmic perspective, it's like if we understand what institutions are doing, then we can ride the wave on the backs of the institutional movements.
Bingo.
Do you get what I'm saying? Rather than
100%.
rather than reading, because in the group you can see no one was on technical analysis in the group. Yeah. It's
Yep.
only recently some people started doing technical analysis, and then Trap started doing technical analysis, which we're grateful for. We're waiting for him to marry them both together and make something big out of it. But now people are learning technical analysis, they're learning patterns. And I'm thinking, is that the right way to guide them people new to TA, like through patterns when we know that there's inducements and people are gonna get stopped out and lose bread?
Yeah.
You get me? What do you
Yeah, oh,
guys think about that?
absolutely. Absolutely. And this is why, Ab and I both stand on this. Like we both trade the retest, right? The first move is
Facts.
always the inducement, right? That's the manipulation move. And so you wait for that retest and then you have a higher probability. But you're absolutely right, Mass. Like it's being mindful of who's telling us how to trade is just as important as all the knowledge we take in. So yeah, Ab, you was rocking with that one.
Where I'm drinking some good ass tea right now, y'all.
What kind of tea?
I don't even know. Someone made it for me.
Oh,
Shit, good as
I love a
hell.
good tea.
Uh, but that was good. That was good. That was good. That was good. Um, and you had the whole notes. I don't plan nothing else. So if you have things, we can go. Other than that, I'll just go off of this.
I got one more thing, and then we can go. Then you can rock with it, and I'll support. I want to
Okay.
talk about goal setting because I
Sorry,
think
what was that?
I said I got one more thing. Can you hear me?
No, I
My
can hear you. What you said? Goal setting.
goal setting. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Um, because I think it goes hand in my internet is like glitchy right now. It
Mine too.
cut out for a few hours yesterday. It's because they know we talking about something good that's going to keep people from
Hmm.
losing money.
I feel like every time we do this room, that shit.
I know. Okay. So goal setting. I'm gonna turn my camera off for a minute because it's just glitching and it's like throwing me off. Okay. So goal setting. It goes hand in hand with risk management. And as I shared before, like I have a coach right now, to trading coach, because I believe in like we should always have someone we look up to that we can aspire to be like, that can help us show us our blind spots. And before I get into the goals, one thing I'll add that Ab was talking about is just, and someone in the chat mentioned it too, but the market can be such a good reflection of our life and just how we look at money in general. And I have personally learned so many lessons about how I look at money. Now, mind you, I have a finance background. Like I teach this stuff, and still the financial trauma that I grew up with shows up in how I trade, right? And I know all this stuff intellectually, but it doesn't combat the habits and the lack of discipline that I may have learned growing up, right? So the market is such a good, if you take time to let the market teach you, man, it's such a good teacher of life, and just how we look at life, and just general trajectory of life. My husband and I were having a conversation, and we have a consulting practice, and obviously we do leadership development and then DEI consulting. So with Trump in office, like it's really impacting our clients who get federal funding. So anyway, so we were talking about the trajectory of our life, and I just said, this is our red candle moment. And he's like, what do you mean? And I said, it's just a slow momentum. It doesn't mean the trend is changing yet. We're just retesting structures so we can go higher, right? And this is like in our life and in our business. And it's like sometimes we see one red candle and we're out the trade, but we have to zoom out and say, what's the overall structure? And I'm talking about our life right now. What's the overall structure of our life? And for us, it's an uptrend. We're in an uptrend. We're in a solid uptrend. Structure has not broken. So this is our red candle moment to pull back to the trend line so we can go higher, right? Anyway, that's that. Okay, goal setting. It is just like it is on managing risk. It's important to know what your goals are. And so I won't spend too much time on this, but I learned like a 4-part model for setting goals and becoming a profitable trader. And the first, and you can break this down like we did, and the way for my own plan, I did quarters, so it's like 3 months for each piece, but you can do whatever time frame you want. But the first quarter is focusing on consistency and execution, right? Can I consistently see my setup? Can I consistently see when I should enter the market? Can I consistently pull the trigger when it's time for me to enter the market? So consistency and execution is first. Then you start to build your confidence and define your process. Okay, what's my trading process now? How do I really show up and make sure that I know exactly what I'm looking for, when to get out? This is where trading plan comes into play. And I'm building my confidence because I'm consistently implementing my model, right? So consistency and execution is phase 1. Building your confidence and defining your process is phase 2. And then you get into strategic optimization, which is like, how do I be strategic about this market? Okay, Fridays aren't the best day for me to trade. Certain times of the month aren't best for me to trade. Mondays aren't good for me to, like, what are the parameters around how you can really maximize this market and be strategic, and when you see your setup and when you can snipe. And the last part of that is scaling your process to maturity, right? So now it's like, okay, I'm confident in what I'm doing. I've been consistent in my execution. I have my strategy aligned so that I can effectively optimize where I'm going. And now I can start scaling my account and really hit those targets I'm trying to hit in the long term. So that's just something that we can use as a framework. Again, mind me, I'm a teacher, so I have a lot of frameworks, but one of those frameworks we can use as we're defining our goals to trade.
Yes, Evnet, that is what comes to you. That is the approval. So if you look on it, it'll say dental
Jasmine, can you mute?
predetermination. So they were requesting for approval, and it's there. It shows the allowed amounts that are allowed for the services. That is the letter. It wouldn't be like a written, letter. It's not. It doesn't come like that.
That's a fact,
so as long
Jasmine.
as it has predetermination at the top of it, it should say.
Exactly. That's a fact. Damn, someone asked you a question, Taliesha. I'm trying to see where.
I'm gonna put it in chat.
Are you talking about day trading? Uh, Someone asked you if you talking about day
Yeah,
trading
that was me, Ab.
and
That was me,
or
Ab.
day trading or leaps.
Or
Oh,
leaps.
anything.
Yeah, because sometimes I think in the chat, like I'm in the Patreon, so this is Ace talking. So sometimes in the Patreon, I think it's a confusion about what each strategy is that someone is using. Like if you following a leap strategy, the day trading strategy doesn't apply because a leap strategy alleviates the pain of you got into a leap option because you're gonna bypass the ups, the downs, and then at 3 to 6 months it might be this. Now you have to have an extra strategy after that. So that's where sometimes when I'm in the chat and I'm saying certain things, I'm like, hey, who's talking about what? Are we talking about leaps? Because if I jump in a leap and I got 6 months on it, I don't need to hear a day trading strategy. So I think some of the new trappers that jump into the game, they get confused about who's
That's
talking
a fact.
about what. You kind of understand what I'm saying, and that's why
That's a
I say
fact.
no disrespect to nobody because it's like, hey, we got to make it clear what you're talking about. If we
That's
talking about day trading, make sure you talking about day trading because day trading is a whole different ball game. That day trading, because I dealt with both of them and I deal with both of them. Day trading, you can scalp. Day trading, you win it, and it's like, hey, day trading can turn around on you so quick.
hmm
You be like, oh, I was up, and then all of a sudden you see that red candle. You be like, whoa.
I'm down.
So we gotta make it clear. My bad, Ab. You already know. My
No,
bad, Ab.
bro, that's good. That's good. No,
You see, you
that's
so
real good.
we got to know what type of trader that you are. If you're doing leaps, stay in leaps. If you bought a contract and it's this, the only thing about leaps I say is like, hey, sometimes, hey, if you got to average down because it'll take your cost basis down, and then sometimes you can be in profit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's the long term. If you
hmm
day trading, you right here, right now, this is what it is. You in that fight. If it go left on you and you only got a day on your contract, 2 days on your contract, and you got to deal with that.
hmm
Let me
So
chime in.
we gotta make sure we know what we talking about on here. And sis, you've been dropping some good gems because I be seeing you in the chats at least. I don't know, real. I be like, hold on, who got some oh, that's some sauce right there. You feel me? But I'm abstract. You know what I'm saying? I only been in the game 3 4 months, but I kind of understand the framework, if that makes sense. And I'm gonna shut up.
Go ahead, Davion. That was Davion, right?
Yeah.
That was good. That was good though. Ace, that was real good. I'm gonna go off of it when Davion's done.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to what he was saying. I think it all really boils down to whatever process it is. A lot of people struggle with getting in the right entry. That's when you running your levels because everybody just jumping in plays. And you mentioned it yesterday. Are we trading based on the stock price? Or we trading based on levels? So at the end of the day, everybody really is just trying to focus on the right entry so we can get in at the right time for the run up. Doing puts, you want to get in at the right time for the run down. So that's just my thing. Everybody's really focused on entries, whether it's leaps or day trading. You still got to be able to get in at the right entry. I'm done.
In fact, that go to the patience though. Like I look at when I'm in the Patreon, I see it's so many people in there that's so impatient. They be like,
hmm
hey, they asking that question. Hey, is it a right time to jump in meta? Hey, is it a
Oh,
right time to jump in this? Is it a it's like, hey, I don't know charts, but when I jump on my computer and I look at a chart, I'm like, oh, let me see what this is like. Like Ab, you was talking about the EMA. I never used the EMA. I just turned that on 3 days ago, right? So I used to use the alligator because the alligator is about day trading. So I know when it crossed this line, okay, it's potentially an uptrend or downtrend. So I know how to catch the uptrend. I know how to catch the downtrend on a day trade, and I can get in it for a short position or a long position, and I can exit at a certain point. But when you're talking about the EMA, I'm like, oh, that's long positions. You want to see where these, if it's climbing, you want to see where this is going for the long term, not just the short term. That's how I looked at it. And I was like, oh, the EMA is this. I got the 5, the 10, and the 20. I was like, oh, okay. So this is a different ball game from me for me. Because I'm like, hey, is everybody doing day trading? If you're not doing day trading, some of the rules don't apply. Take them away from you. If you're doing leaps, it's a different set of rules. And that's what I think everybody has to understand. Let's break this down. Ab, I'm with you 100%. Taliesha, I'm with you 100%. Y'all teachers, I'm a teacher in a certain perspective. But at the same time, it's like, hey, put yourself in the framework. Who are you? Are you a leap trader? If you a leap trader, stay in leaps. Leaps are going to go up, down. You ain't got to do too much. Just, you got time. Don't panic. The market could have went down today after Jerome Powell said what he said. The market could have went down, but you still had time for it to recover. So don't jump out your trade just because it went down. Donald Trump
That's
speaking. Go ahead, Ab. I mean
that
you.
start my bad for cutting you off, bro. That's exactly what I've noticed myself though. When we first started, I used to just say, "Oh, the market is bearish," but I'm not stating from day trader or swing trader or leap trader. Now I do state it, like I'll put like if you're in the day trade. Now I do because I acknowledge that and I noticed that. But what the fuck did I want to say? So who am I? I don't day trade like that. I probably so the 5 day moving average is my best friend. The 5 day moving average isn't for a short term trader though. We'll talk about that. 5 day moving average could be for any trader because the 5 day moving average collects the closing price for the last five trading days. So when you use that with your 100 day, your 200 day, and all that, it's a full setup that I have. So I have that 5 day that's telling me the 5 day moving average is strong momentum. So if I'm thinking about getting out of a trade, if I'm in the leap or whatever, I'll look at my 5 day moving average. If it's facing down, I know the last five closing prices, the last five trading days closing prices is indicating a bearish trend is coming on the short term. So I'll keep that in mind, the 5 day. Now I need to look at my longer term. Now, what is my 100 and my 200 doing? So the 5 day itself, it can be a short term, but you mix it with so I have the strong momentum, then I have the short term trend, which is the 10 day. I have the 20 day pullback, then I have my 100 for like leaps, the 200 for like shares. So I have that whole system I combine together. So I have the full setup. Why? Because I do everything. I scalp some rare, but I could scalp. I day trade. I swing. I do leaps, and I invest. I buy shares. So
So
I do
that's the
everything.
confusion I think that comes in the Patreon. Everybody doesn't know what everybody's doing. So the communication, I think I'm gonna break it down like this. It's for me, it's communication because I know what type of trade I am. Like I do some, if I'm off on a Friday, I'm gonna scalp some shit. Excuse my language, my bad. If I'm on a Friday, I'm a scalp. I'm gonna scalp some, catch
Some
me
shit.
about two, three
Yeah,
hundred. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna scalp some. But if I'm in a long setup, some of the information that's in the Patreon doesn't apply. So I think the people that's in the Patreon that join for some of the new trappers, some of the new traders, like you got to identify what you got in there for. What information are you trying to pick up? That's my whole point. It's like I don't want anybody in the Patreon trying to pick up what Ab's saying. And Ab just said he do everything. Talisha does this. I know what Talisha do. But I'm just saying, like, everybody doesn't do the same thing. So your identification means a lot.
that's a
If
fact.
you in leaps, stick to leaps. Don't be trying to figure out how I day trade, because day trade will cost you some bread.
Mm-hmm.
Day
Ace,
trade,
Ace.
yeah.
To add to what you're saying, it's only recently that people started scalping. You know that. It's only recently
No,
that
no,
people
nah.
in the
It ain't
Patreon started
recent. It
doing
ain't
put.
recently. It ain't recently. I understood the game when I came in because this is my second. I've been in Ab's Zoom. I come in, sometimes I don't say nothing, but this is the second time I spoke. But I said the first time, like it's a certain discipline I got from a different game that allowed me to play this game. So scalping is easy, really, if you know what you're doing.
He talking
But how
about
long have you been? How long have you been in
majority.
the Patreon?
He talking about the
Oh, oh,
Patreon, the people in the
oh,
Patreon.
oh, oh,
I agree with
oh.
him.
Yeah,
The
Ab.
scalping.
My
It's
bad, my
only.
bad, my bad, my bad. Hold on, my bad, bro. My
Yeah, it was
apologies.
a misunderstanding.
Okay, my
Misunderstanding.
No,
bad,
no
my bad.
problem.
Yeah,
No problem. But so Ab, you would know that you notice that it's only recently that everyone started like scalping and doing puts. Remember, Trap wasn't doing puts before. There's only a
Mhm.
few of us that was. Now it's like everyone now is what you're seeing.
I know what it, I know what it, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I know what it is. It's first I'm a swing trader though. Like my main thing is swing trading. My main thing is swing trading. I day traded. I could day trade my ass off, but it's addicting. I don't like day trading because then I'll get that rush, that addiction feeling. Like
Anxiety.
it's a strong. Imagine coming from. I made a lot of people money in here live day trading like fast within like an hour. That's a fucking high. Like it's a big high making not just yourself money but other people. So it's a dangerous thing, and I think that's why I don't do it really too much now because I think people seen me do. I remember one day we like really crushed puts like crazy. It was a day trade. It was, and I hit, and other people hit with me at least 300%. And it was times where we hit 100% or more, 300%. But people seen that and they were like, "Oh, day trading." Day trading is the go-to, and I think that might have been the start of it, to be honest, because I have been seeing a lot of people um starting to day trade, and we don't know what we're doing. Because what aggravates me, I've seen it in a lot lately. It's hard to be the first thing. Let me say the first thing from Chris Sane group. It was a good trading group, and then it became a FanDuel sportsbook chat, and that's what this Patreon is starting to become. And I can't, like, I talk, I speak, but there's only so much. Like everybody's not gonna listen, so I can't. I don't like repeating myself over and over and over and over and over. I'm not gonna be in a chat that's headed towards, like, I don't want to say is headed in the wrong direction because there's still so much beautiful things about the chat, but at the same time I'm starting to see negative things come up, really big negative things. A lot of people is giving their input in the Patreon with no chart is one of the main things that's pissing me off. Another thing is we're not even going off of price action. We're going off of how we feel and what we think. That's another crazy part of it. But the day trading, everybody should not be day trading. Most people should not be day trading. I don't like day trading. Like, I don't know why it went from, it did go from a fundamental group. Trap wasn't doing trading, none of that. At least when I came in, I don't. The only person I could really remember that was doing it was not T Mac. It was T. What's the one that wore the orange jacket? I forgot. He just left the Patreon.
Bolden. T.
T yeah,
Bolden.
T Bolden was like one of the
But
very few ones.
even before that, the guy that was doing that using the alligator, the Williams alligator indicator, the leaf guy,
I'm
and
not
he
sure if
tried
I
to.
was in it.
You probably came in afterwards. Fabian might have seen him. He came in and then he
Yeah,
tried to like.
he left. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
know what
I'm
I'm talking about.
I'm
He
not
tried to
sure.
siphon off. He tried to
But
siphon off some of the people.
That William alligators will
let me
get you.
say, oh, that's crazy. Let me
Yeah,
say
the
one
William.
thing
Oh,
though.
go ahead. My bad.
I've seen it before. I've been in the Discord with way more people than this trap Discord. I have my own thing and all that. So I, I mean, I dealt with way more people than what I'm dealing with now in this Patreon group. So I see the direction that it's headed. This group right now has to be filtered out. I'm gonna talk to Trap about it. It has to be filtered out because the group environment itself is starting to become very stressful. Not even a day trade now. It's more so of the Patreon. So all the new people and the people that's been in here for a while, yeah, we do need a Discord to organize things. But for all the new people and the people that's been here for a while, being in the Patreon can make you have a high probability setup, right? As soon as you get in that Patreon, now you have doubts about your setup. The minute you have doubts about your setup, you failed off the rip. You fell right there. Anytime you hesitate about something, you failed off the rip. Nothing you shouldn't have. It's because it's like a muscle memory. It's flow. It's a flow. You see a setup, boom, take the trade. As soon as you think about it, 2 seconds off, that candle could already went up, or that your setup is fucked up. That the Patreon is very dangerous because a whole bunch of people shouting calls, puts, but they're not going off of the chart though. They're going off of what they wanted to do, their feelings and stuff like that. You have to block out the noise. That's the one thing that I've noticed about having a community is a whole bunch of different um it's not even minds that I want to say. It's just everybody wants to be seen now.
Herd mentality.
No,
Yeah.
it is. And
that-
Ab, let me jump in. Let me jump in real quick. This Ace speaking. Look, we got the same birthday, bro. So I understand the mentality real quick. Cause I'm gonna let everybody know I miss Meta, right? I was in Meta play, 10 bands on the play. I looked in the Patreon, they like, oh, da 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 da, on earnings, because everybody kept saying, we don't play earnings. We don't play earnings. Meta, shut up. I jumped out to play. I was even. I didn't lose no money. I didn't gain no money. Meta shot up 70 some fucking dollars. Hey, I was pissed the next day because I looked in the Patreon and everybody's saying this, and I got caught up in the mentality. That was like, that's their herd mentality. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Because they not on leaps. They own whatever they own. So this goes back to the pretense of what type of trader you are. If you are a leap options trader, stay in that lane. If you a day trader, find what the day traders are talking about. The information has to be specific. It has to be specific. We can't get in talking about the charts, and the charts are pertaining to day trading. Leap options don't pertain to day trading. That pertains for a particular point in time, whether it's a week contract, 3-day contract, 1-day contract. Some of y'all in 1-day contract right now thinking something gonna run up. And you're like, I'm gonna hold it till Monday. Monday come, the whole market go down. And you like, oh, I fucked up. Well, why you hold it over the weekend? It's just, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, that's goes back to one word though. You like I said, the herd mentality. That's greed. Greed is like fear. Is driven by the brain chemistry, the dopamine it releases. And that's just we're like overshadowing overshadowing the long term goals that we have, and basically promoting the herd like behavior, basically like the get rich scheme. So if someone giving us a idea and they showing like their profits that they just made and stuff like that, we'll throw away our rule book and follow them because we just seen that they just made all this money and stuff like that. So we want the money like just how they got it. So we're willing to throw away our rules just to get some quick money. Um, the Patreon, I gotta be careful, and it's too many egos in there. It's too many egos in there. That's why I've been like really pushing the women, like trying to like hype because we need some balance. We got too many men now, and we're colliding now. I believe that everybody is trying to like everybody's trying to lead. Everybody's not meant to lead though. That's that's what y'all need to understand. But that's why we need the women to come in because now it's too many egos in there. And you see, like every now and then it gets like negative, like where people start arguing and stuff like that. Every now and then it happens, but we need to we need to not blindly follow anybody. I don't trust nobody with my money. Don't care who it is. If I'm not putting my money in the bank, I'm damn sure not going, put it in y'all hands. I don't trust me with y'all money because y'all don't know me like that. My intentions is pure, but this is just words that I'm saying to y'all. Y'all don't truly know me. So don't just go off of what I'm saying. You gotta actually take in what I'm saying, but now trying to see why I said that though. Or why Trap said that. Like stop just following because someone says something. Y'all gotta really understand that there's no shortcuts. Anything that you try to do, it's gonna be brutal. Like you gotta walk through the flames. Anytime you avoid those flames, you just gonna you just gonna like take your shortcut, but you're gonna end right back at them flames. You still have to cross those shits. Like there's no shortcut at all. You gotta you you gotta like, and this is for because I seen for the people that's like you feel defeated or you feel like you're not good at trading, you feel like you will never be good at trading, get that out your mind right now because you failed as soon as you said those things. You are good at trading. It's just, how could you be good at something that you've never failed? How could you be good at something that you never failed at? That's the first thing. You have to fail. You have to fail. So then you learn. That's why you write down, okay, I failed because this. Like you'll know for sure. Like, oh, I failed because of this, and that. That's why you read that journal so then you can avoid that mistake again. You are something. Trading is very, very simple yet difficult. And it's only because the mind,
Hey,
like
Ab, this Ace again. I'm gonna drop some in on that fail. For everybody that's in this Zoom, fail means first attempt in learning. You have to fail. First attempt in learning. Mark it down.
first attempt. Yeah, that's good. Taliesha, wait,
Yeah, my computer
I just
froze, so I had to
seen.
log in somewhere else. I'm trying to.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm about to. Yeah, my whole laptop just froze up.
Hey, can I ask both of you? Can I make a request from both of you that probably benefit everyone in the Zoom and in the Patreon? Is trading journal, how to journal the trades. So when you get time, if you can do that and maybe double back if it's too late now, I think everyone will benefit on how to like journal their trades basically.
Just this
But
for me.
go,
Ab,
one
Ab.
more thing. One more thing.
Oh, my bad.
I just really because I've seen it in the Patreon. After difficulty, there's ease. Like you have to go through this process of feeling like nothing at all. You have to go through this. It's not going. That should give you right there the motivation to keep going because there's never. It's like if I keep feeling like this, why do I want to still feel like this? If I give up on trading now, it's like in the back of my head, um, the worst feeling I feel like is to give up on something that you love. So you gave up on something that's always gonna be in the back of your mind. But if I keep going and going, you'll start. You got to learn. What we have to learn is the word progression. You have to weigh progression. Like you don't compare yourself to others. That is the killer of all happiness, the comparison. You have to learn progression. So the slightest progression is very, very, very strong. If you could not, if you didn't know how to do support and resistance, but 3 weeks later, a month, like it could be a long time from now, you learned how to do resistance. That is progression. You need to look at that and be like, wow, like I got that. You got to build yourself up. Then you'll notice, like, damn, well, I just got support and resistance. I thought I would never get that. I finally got that. Someone might be like, support and resistance ain't nothing, but to you, you got to make it like that was really something. Like, don't ignore what they're saying. That has to be. It's gonna be different for everybody. Support and resistance. If you was having a hard time, but you just learned how to do it, that is a major accomplishment because that's one of the most important things. Structure, and then now you just learn trend lines. Once you do that, your confidence should be really high because that trend line support and resistance is like not all that you need, but pretty much you got about 90% of the trading thing now. So you got to start giving yourself more pats on the back. You got to start going by progression, steps. You lay bricks by bricks to build your foundation. You don't just have one brick. So brick by brick, you know? And
Hey, Ab. So
what's up?
look, that support and resistance is something I just gotten in line, right? I was like, oh, I mark it every day on my calendar. I was like, oh, I know consolidation now. But where does sis Talisa go? Because it's something I
Be
said
back
in the
in.
chat. Okay, I want to get her props because I said something in the chat maybe a few days ago about I'm buying a dip. It's something I'm like, I like shopping. And she said something, and then Trap jumped in and said, oh, let the blood sit on your skin. Oh, think about it a little bit. Let that soak in. And sometimes you gotta let that red day soak in your skin real quick because that's gonna become your resistance. You gotta let the blood, just because it's a red day don't mean you losing. It means that you gotta have some type of resistance because it's gonna be more green days. The market is more bullish than it is bearish.
Mm.
I'm done.
My boy fed the fuck up.
This
That was
is
good though. That was good.
wonderful. I applaud you all. And Mr. Ace, you keep dropping them gems too. But Ab and Miss Taliesha, I love y'all for the knowledge that you have put out so far today. And still being a newbie, not making but one trade that lost me $40 yesterday. But Ace said it because I was getting frustrated. I was like, we're in the Patreon, we're asking questions, and everybody just wants to call out plays, or somebody wanted to tell you to, okay, let's do this challenge, and you're going to buy this. But when you reach out to them immediately to ask the question, they don't get back to you for like 5 or 7 minutes, and then they're like, oh, well, oh, you do mental stop losses. I'm assuming you that kind of trader. You're wrong to assume that because I told you I was new and I was looking for help. So if you wanted me to do a stop loss, why didn't we talk about that before you said go buy? You know what I mean? So I thank y'all for this. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, I second that, man. Y'all doing a good job. Ace, you too, man. Everything y'all saying is written down.
Yeah. I've been Taliesha's on that shit today. they came to teach, boy. They not playing
Boy,
right now.
Ab got some sauce on him. I like that boy right there. Hey, we got the same birthday. It ain't just because we got the same birthday, but I've been paying attention to him. I'm like, dang, that boy right there. Hey, he got a different type of sauce. So understand his sauce from everybody else's sauce. He don't just be saying what he's saying for no reason. Know what type of trader you are. That's the whole basis, I think, of this Zoom. Know what type of trader you are.
Mm.
I think
Study them.
the best thing I did, Ab, and I got appreciate you and Davion and you, Taliesha. Best thing I did was I took the information you were putting in the Patreon and I started to go to the trading view and started to look at and try to see what you see. You know what I'm saying? So if I could see what you see, I'm like, oh shit, that's the truth. That's what it is. And if you do that to a lot of the people on the Patreon, you can't do that because the shit doesn't match. Like the math don't math. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you putting your stuff on in the Patreon because it's helped me, through some difficult decisions I had to make along the way. So I appreciate y'all. This was good.
Hey, Ab
Well,
paying attention
praises
to
to-
them. He paying
No,
attention to them charts, my boy.
no.
I'm paying attention to them charts. And then he
I'm
got me
listening
paying
to y'all.
attention to them charts.
I'm listening. When y'all start praising, though, I don't really.
No, it's not about you, bro. It ain't it's
Yeah.
like you give an insight to where When I jumped in the Patreon, I posted it. I was like, hey, I was in the Patreon. I made about 8, 10 grand in the Patreon in the first month. I was like, boom, I jumped in the play, boom, it ran up. I was like, oh. Then I took some L's. I was like, oh, so don't think you're not gonna take no L's. That's the first thing. Hold on. You're gonna take some L's. And let me say that. You're gonna take some L's. But then you have to sit back. This my confidence. Like they like Jerome Powell speaking. Everybody in the Patreon, oh, 7 to 15% cut. Some people cut their plays behind people in the Patreon saying what they saying, believing what somebody else saying. What your belief system is what your belief system is. If you got confidence in what you got going on, I bought, I'm gonna get flat out. Palantir. I jumped in trap play, but I knew how to average down and make the cost basis different. So when Palantir run up, not that I'm in at the high, I bought in the middle. So and I ain't day trading. I'm playing for the long term. Know what type of trader you are. So you gotta understand, digest the information that suits you as a trader. You can't get in the game thinking I'm a day trade, leap trade, do this, do that. You can't do all that. You can, but over time, unless you just fucking special. Excuse my language. Unless you special. I'm passionate about what I'm saying, but you gotta be, if you gonna do the game, play the game. I'm in the game, I'm telling y'all, 3 to 4 months. I'd have made a lot of money in the game. And I ain't never thought about the stock market. That's a fact. I did dog training. But the same principles apply. When I posted in the Patreon, go back and look in the Patreon when I said y'all check y'all emotions. And I'm saying check y'all emotions because some people was in a loss and then the market ran up. You in a positive. Now you gonna take that and get out the negative, take the positive, no matter what it is, take your percentage, jump out, wait to see what's going on and jump back in, or are you gonna say, oh no, I want to be greedy?
I just wanted to
You
share
Let
feel
real
me?
quick.
can we let Quasi talk real quick? He's been raising.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Appreciate it. I was speaking on what A spoke on a little bit, piggybacking. I think one of the best worst things that happened to me was when I started and I got 100% on my first play. So I thought everything was sweet after that, and I was very humble after that. What I want to share for anybody who never heard of the word before, I'm sure a lot of people have, is echo chamber. A lot of times in the Patreon, like I'm someone who's kind of got my phone open all day long, so I'm always on the Patreon, and sometimes it does me a disservice because I'll see something like Lily took off, and I'm like, wait, did it? But it's just somebody might have been checking it on their lunch break. Lily took off hours ago, or like the stock market crashed, and I go back, I'm like, it's down from $1 from when I last checked, So just be mindful of how often you check it and what it do to your emotion when you see that happening.
That was good because that I forgot about that. That is something that I see a lot too, and it gets me too because I'll see someone saying the same thing like, "Damn, the market is or this stock is dropping crazy," and I go and check, and it like shit is not even really moving like that. You might be on a 1 minute looking at it or something. Zoom out, just don't panic. Look at the chart yourselves. Um, that was real good. Talisha, where you at? That was real good though.
I'm here. I'm listening. Yeah, no,
Okay,
that's
okay.
it's all good.
Bet. I was
It's
just
all
making sure
good.
you were set.
Yeah, I
Ass
got
Hey,
and
my.
Talisa
help.
got that sauce. She got some sauce.
Heck yeah.
Hey, sis be sitting back chilling. I be like, hey, she on some other.
That's
She
what
be
we
really on some other. Like, hey, sis, I'm gonna tell you, if you see A say some shit, don't be like, oh, he on some negative. No, I'm saying it because I see certain people that say certain things
Oh
for a
yeah,
certain reason. Like you
yeah,
like, all right, hey, that might go to $100.
yep.
When you was
No,
talking
that's
about
a.
pellet, that might go to $100 while y'all sitting back. Hey, you looking at something different. Like my charts, I'm just learning how to use my. I don't use trading view. I got a different chart that'll show me the gaps and this, that, and the third. So then I look in a Patreon, I see what certain people, keyword is certain people are talking about. And then I'll go check my chart from the 1 hour to the 4 hour, right? To the
Mm-hmm.
daily And then I'll go to the weekly. Now that I start using EMAs, because I'm not day trading, I don't need to use the alligator. I'm looking like, oh, that popped off the 5 day EMA just bopped down. Then when they get above on the 1 hour, I'm looking at different. So this is how you gotta elevate your game. This for all the trappers that's on this Zoom call and you getting the Patreon. You gotta understand what type of trader you are. Cause I'm transitioning to a different type of trader. But it's some of these women in here that got some sauce. I'm a drop Nettie. Nettie ain't in here. Nettie got some sauce. She
Yeah,
just
for
she
sure.
just she just quiet.
Yeah, she low key with it.
She low key with it. But then Talisa be like, hey, it
Mm-hmm.
was this. I was
That's
like, hey, it's like Professor.
Teacher.
Who is
that
Professor?
yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's
said, hey,
because
Professor, who is that?
that's what I've been waiting for. Talisha was quiet too, but finally. I think what it is though is I'm happy like someone stepped up. Everybody wants to be loved, but I don't care about that at all. I want to make sure I'm teaching the appropriate way, and I want to make sure that no one's just walking into a ditch. So I don't care who likes me or not. I'm always going to speak the truth, and no one likes the truth. So you're going to be hated, and you have to accept it. And I think Talisha finally took that out her mind of what how y'all gonna view her, and just now she just speaks, and we need more people doing that shit. Like, stop saying things just because you want to be liked. Like, tell them the good and the bad part of it. Don't just say the good. What, like, say everything. The bad, speak the truth. I know the truth won't be accepted. I know no one likes the truth. I'm always gonna speak the truth though, and I'm glad, Talisha, and I'm
That's
happy
good.
that you
Appreciate it.
you're really
I,
like you're
Yeah,
out
for
there.
Man,
sure.
Ace,
yeah,
Ace said
hey,
y'all did y'all
yeah.
thing. Y'all did y'all thing. Cause look, we've been on the call. Donald Trump been talking. What the market do?
Nothing.
Nothing. Cause he nothing. I posted earlier. Donald Trump got what he wanted. What the market finna do now? So
Hey, I just
now
want
we
to.
you
My fault, Ace. I just want to name too, because I know we always ask, saying y'all should speak up more. I just want to appreciate y'all taking y'all time because y'all really don't owe nobody nothing. Y'all could be at the crib making money on the dolo. So I mean, when we tell people y'all got to get on here and share, use your voice, that is a lot of energy for y'all to be on here sharing y'all time and energy like that when you don't have to. So if y'all don't ever do another Zoom, I just want to say thank you for taking that time when you could have just been at home making the money, because y'all gonna make the money. You already know what to do, but you going out your way to take this time.
Yeah.
So I just want
There's
to
no
just name
there's
that.
no
Yeah,
satisfaction
for
in just
sure.
doing something yourself. All praise is due to God, but there's no
Mm-hmm.
satisfaction in just being selfish. You get the knowledge and you pass it to your
Mm-hmm.
people. That is the only way to do it. If you're just holding the shit yourself, he's going to take it away from you. That knowledge, he's going to take away from you. I have to. So it's is we have to. We have to give the knowledge. It's not, I mean, I get what you're saying, but literally Trap knows it too. He has to give that knowledge to y'all, to all of us, or God will take everything back and give him back where he was in. He'll take everything back and put me right back in the streets that quick.
Amen.
Because we gotta, it's the purpose that we on. We have a purpose and we're walking in it. That's what it is. We have
To,
to.
to whom
It's an
much is given,
honor
much
to
is
be
required.
able to have y'all listen to me. It's an honor for me to be able to serve y'all, and I love it so much. Y'all make
hey
me happy
man,
just
hey,
by
hey,
listening.
hey, 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 Ab, let me say something to you, bro. You ain't gotta never explain your position in life, where you came from, what
Mm,
happened. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is mark yourself from where you are to where you going.
mm.
You ain't gotta explain nothing to nobody,
That's
I
right?
right, because
feel
God got you.
You
I
ain't
feel
gotta
you.
explain. God got you, bruh. Just like God got trapped. We don't do the down talk. This one thing when I said in the trap, I was like, hey, this black on black crime. People didn't understand what I was saying, so I'm put some context to it. So us as men, we gotta go out here and get it.
Mm,
And when you change yourself from where you thought you should have been at, and then you see yourself where you are, and then when you see the future, it's a
mm,
different mindset. Y'all can't be sitting here like with the Humdrum, negative mindset. When you get in that trap house, I don't care what play trap call. If trap call to play, guess what? This is one thing I learned. Sit back and let that marinate real quick, because it might drop. It might drop. He got more money than a lot of people. I ain't saying we all ain't got. Hey, you might have this bread, but what I'm saying is the price will go down. So we can't be
Ace, can I
hating
just say
on.
something real quick? Just
Yes,
chime in
go
and you
ahead,
can
baby. Yeah,
finish.
you got it, sis. Go
He is
ahead.
absolutely right. It drops. I'm not even talking about 50% of the time, 100% of the time. It drops right after he puts the play in. Like he said, he has way more capital than us to maneuver a different way than we can. So we actually have to really, really sit there and take that into account before we sit here and just blindly hop into plays.
Yeah, because it'll crush your account. It'll crush your account. You'll be like, I'm down 15. I gotta wait for it to go back up. You'll be sitting back. I'm 20 bound. Well, what you didn't do was give the opportunity for the count to go down. You didn't give that stock a chance to go down. You just jumped in it because somebody said something. So this when I know like you ain't in reality. You into you following. You not thinking. See, it's a difference between thinkers and followers. Followers just followers. Thinkers think. Hey, what's finna happen? Cause they can run it up. He could run it up and put anybody. I ain't trapped because that's my guy. Just like AB. It's like, hey, look, my bad. Hey, look, they can run it up. 200 contracts. You don't know what they doing on the back end. He just subtracted 100 contracts. How you looking right now? Let's think about the math. So sometimes think. Just don't jump in because you think you can swim.
That's why I think back to what you said. I feel like we gotta show where we was at. Honestly, I have to show. Like I sent the thing yesterday because the only reason why I'm in the stock market, it wasn't because I just seen Trap and heard Trap story, and I heard his story and that's what pulled me. But what really got me was to see the pictures of him in the trenches. Then I'm like, that's when I'm like, I could do that shit. He was really, really out there. That's why I do it, because I know it's somebody that's right now like that's on the block and stuff, and they like, yeah. But soon as you see somebody that's you doing something on like that's good and godly and stuff, you start getting that God fighting the devil in your head. Like you start thinking like, well, damn, like maybe there is better to life. That's why I do it, to be honest. But
That's
Hey,
facts, AB.
hey, Ab, can
I
I say
do it.
something?
I do it for that same reason though. It's like I work my job. I drive trucks, but at the same time, I told y'all on the first Zoom call I was on with you, I said I drive trucks. I go to truck. I got my CDL. I drive trucks. I was like, hey. But then when I saw this, I was like, oh, I drove trucks because of a certain lifestyle that would cause me detriment. And now it's like, hey, now we can get legal money. All I gotta do is pay taxes. I was like, I make this at my job. If I can make this in the stock market, I'll pay the taxes on that. I don't care. See, everybody don't know what your lifestyle is. That's why you got to be careful about the information you take in. Your lifestyle could be totally different from somebody else's, but you're trying to compare, and the only competition is you and yourself. When you look in the mirror, Michael Jackson did the song Man in the Mirror. You can transition that to Woman in the Mirror. Hey, I don't care how you take it because I'm not biased on it. It's like, hey, take the message. You know what I'm saying? Take the meat, spit out the bone.
Hey, Ace.
Yo.
Ace.
Yo.
Another thing what you're saying about taking Trap's plays while it's at the top. One thing that I notice is that he puts up the contract price, how much he paid for the contract. Now, if you go on
Okay.
the back end and you see the asset, you can see how much its all-time high is, so how much that contract went up to, and you can see its all-time low. Sometimes when trap takes a play, obviously it's like a sport to him. So sometimes when trap takes a play, the contract is high. So usually sometimes what I do is that you can see the high and the low, and usually I would say, you know what, I'm going to wait until it's at least 50% and then take the same play. So because you can look at, because the contract has a price movement, and the asset, the underlying asset has a price movement that everyone's looking at. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when he takes a play and he said, and it's like $16 for Apple, let's say, for example, and you go and look at the actual contract, how that contract's been moving, it has an all-time high and it has a low for that contract. And sometimes when he takes it, it's already at the high. So can it go up more? But if it goes down by 50%, so let's say Apple was trading, for argument's sake, at $100 and it dropped to like 98. When you look at the contract that he's taken, that might have dropped down about $7 or $8. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you can look at both sides, you can actually get a discount on traps plays.
Well, that's the patience about the game. Like when Trap take a play, you answered your own question basically. Trap by plays at his level. What's your level? So you gotta
Nah,
have
I already know.
patience.
I'm just sharing that gem that I already
No,
know. That's what
I
that's
know,
what
I
I
know.
do. That's if anyone's listening, you can look at the contract and how it moves, and you can get the contract at a discount so that it most likely will run up back to that most high, the all-time high.
Oh, okay. I needed this is the thing about communication. This is the thing about me. Let me
Nah,
let
it's
y'all
all
know
good,
something
bro.
about Ace. It's about communication. So Trap by his plays, the way he buys plays at. Sometimes I even test it on. If y'all see me talking some shit, it's because I tested something. I'm like, oh, I bought this. I bought Palantir at 184. It's all I just did this play. But then I was like, oh, I got enough money. I can average down that brings that 184 down to 165 or 164. So if it run up past this, I'm in profit. I posted that about the pawn play. Go back. And I said, hey, if you got into pawn at this price, if you average down, and then when pawn hit earnings, if you average down, when pawn jumped down to 165, 164, whatever it jumped down to, I ain't in front of my computer or my phone. If you average down, because I don't know what a lot of people have to play with far as finances. And that's what you got to keep in mind, right? Ab said, what's your finances? If you trying to get in this to get rich, this ain't that game. What's your finances? I know it's a lot of people in here got more bread than me. I'm just financially literacy. You know what I'm saying? I'm literate about it. I can talk about credit, all that. I'm just saying, in this particular game, it go up, down, it go up so fast, it go down so quick. Hey, where are you at in this spectrum? If it's a light spectrum, where are you at in it? Don't think you a big dog because your confidence saying you a big dog. Does your finances say you a big dog? You see, does that make sense to anybody?
Yes. Yes. Um. Yeah, that was good, bro. I appreciate you for everything you said today on the Zoom. I appreciate you, Taliesha, for everything you said on the Zoom. We got 35 minutes. Um, we're gonna start. So that was real good. Do you got anything to add to risk management, Taliesha? If not, we're gonna go into stocks, traps,
Yeah, no, I'm good.
trade
I think we
plays.
should show the people some of these levels.
Where okay. I'm trying to see how many 78. All right, trash sponsor play is down 52%. And yeah, like we just was talking about, you gotta make your own decisions. What is 52% overexposing you? That's a question for you and only you. Um I know 52% for me is kind of like stretch. It's getting to probably where I'm going to cut. I don't know about you though. I don't know how much you even spent on the play, but so yeah, you got to go by how much you're willing to lose, and but Palantir is going to, I let me see, based off the market right now. Matter of fact, I can't even say. I'm looking at tech right now, so but Palantir don't look like it's gonna run no more. Um, and Palantir didn't really run. We got an indecision candle. We rejected that, and I gave this out a couple days ago, 164 on Palantir, and I said Nvidia 181 or 178. I forgot. I'll look at it, but Palantir from a short term is not looking too hot right now. Um, you're
Excuse me,
gonna have
Dad.
to.
If you're
So
trying to show you the screen, it's not showing.
okay, thank you. I was just about to say. So we're gonna have to go back and forth. I'm trying to see when you want to start. When do you? I mean, I could go. So I was gonna do Palantir. Everybody, everybody that's listening now, y'all could drop all y'all stocks that y'all have. You could drop, yeah. Is thank you, Daniel. Um, and then Portia, real quick, you can go ahead. And then wait, just a sec. Sorry,
I'm only
just
250
a
down
sec.
at Palantir.
Portia. Um, okay, I heard you. Talisha, do you wanna? When do you want to start showing the algorithm trading? Do you want to do it before we chart?
Um, I mean, so we can do a couple. I can kind of just high level just talk about it. We can do that. I can chart a stock and just kind of show
Yeah,
how I go through it. We can do
yeah,
that.
we'll do that.
I can do that. We can do that with Palantir. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make you the host.
Right,
All
because
right.
I got in Palantir. I did a day trade on Palantir. Hold on, Tilly. Hey, app. Hey, look. I did a day trade on it. I went up from 174. I think that's when Trap called the play. I jumped in it. It was 173, 174. It went up to 181, 182. I cashed out. Then I jumped back in it. Now at the present price, I'm only down $250. So now, where is the price from that at? Let me go back into my account. Palantir is at no, that's Nvidia. My bad. Ah,
You good.
I can't
that's
share just
Nvidia.
yet, Ab, but when you
I'll
turn
make
it on
you the
for
host
me,
right now.
I'll share my screen.
That's Nvidia. Oh no. So Palantir is at
Now,
160,
now you can,
40,
Talisha.
51.
Yeah, I can now. All right, can you guys see my screen here?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
Yep.
I think
Okay.
just before you go, Portia had a question.
I just wanted to know as far as like a recession, because I've been like really tracking the data and it's starting to like show up in the data. So I'm just like wondering, I guess, when is the ball going to actually drop? Because it's not like we're really running off of good numbers. We're literally running off of, to me, from what I'm seeing, we're running off of economy that's like telling you like we're at the verge of a recession. But I could be wrong.
Okay. No, I don't think you're wrong. I think it starts by the end of the year,
I
to be
agree.
honest. I've been posting it. I've been posting. I think we start to blow off top. I think we pull back probably next week. Probably pull back, and then I believe we don't pull. And that's only to the 50-day moving average. We'll probably pull back to the 200 would be. It's not out of reach, but I don't think we pull back to the 200. I think we pull back to the 50, which isn't too much further down. Um, and then and then I think we start the blow off top process. And I think by the end of October, like I think like we normally got like what they call it, the Christmas rally. I believe December around there, December heading into January, I believe that's when the recession kicking. The data has been really hot for months. We can't keep pushing it away. But based off everything, and I've been hitting everything on point. I might not be as accurate. Like none of us could tell, like, oh, the market's going to drop next week. But when I say it's going to go up, it goes up. When I say it's going to pull back, it goes up. I'll just be like a month off. But I believe that we go. I think we're going to experience a real bear market, like a drawdown of more than 15%. I think we're going to get a big bear market. But go ahead, Taliesha.
I agree. I see the same. Okay, so algorithmic trading. So algorithmic trading, and I'll try to keep this just high level. We can always have more sessions and dive deeper. As I keep saying, I love to teach and I love this stuff. So we can always have more sessions. But at the highest level, this is Palantir that I have pulled up. And I changed my colors to green and red. I usually don't use green and red because I don't like the way a red candle causes anxiety for me. So I don't like red and green. I don't like what we associate with those colors. So I changed them. So normally I have like black and gray or purple and gray or something like that. But anyway, I've also like changed all my candles to black just to practice reading price without the emotion of the color. So I'll do that too. Algorithmic trading is based on the premise that the market is one big ass algorithm, that we as retail traders can play in the market, but it's not, the belief is that, or the foundation is that it's not based on natural supply and demand. There are predetermined price levels and predetermined liquidity levels, and the market is timed. So that's what, so algorithmic trading then is learning what that could look like and following kind of institutional flow of the market. So the way that I would chart, and there's going to be terms that are different, but they translate to like support and resistance as well, but just called a little different. But the way that I start looking at price is believing that everything is timed. The very first thing I do is I throw up, so there's two kind of premises. The market moves to create liquidity or take liquidity, I should say, and the market moves to balance imbalances. So normally when I'm charting, I start with the highest time frame to get a view of just the overall order flow. So this is Palantir. You can see the overall flow for Palantir is bullish. That's where I start. I throw up a Fibonacci tool because another belief in algorithmic trading is that price is always moving from premium to discount. Premium is above the 50, discount is below the 50. So price is always moving from premium to discount, discount to premium, seeking liquidity. Okay, so those are kind of the two, a few foundational pieces. So I start here and I just start looking at flow. Where are we going? And does anything stand out? There's a thing called fair value gaps in this type of trading. And so I start marking out where some of those could be. This is a fair value gap. The thought is these always get retested, right? If you look at ES, you can see that that drop in April tested a fair value gap from 2024, right? It went right to it, like literally to the penny. So so I start there. Okay, what does the flow look like? Okay, where's all-time high? I just start getting an idea of flow. We're very bullish on Palantir. Then I go down to the monthly, and I do this for all the time frames. And this is where I start to maybe draw a trend line. And I'm like, okay, where are we at? Where are we at, right? So I can see this fair value gap still stands, even on the monthly. We came back and retested it on a month. Very green, right? So super bullish flow. So this alone tells me that Palantir is in a strong uptrend, and any downtrends is just testing this trend line. So if I'm in leaps, this alone keeps me in my trade because I know we're just testing the trend line. Even if we come down, right? We're just testing depending on where I bought in. And then I keep going. I see another fair value gap here. And I won't get into what all those are, but they just are imbalances in the market. And I'm just looking at where could price possibly go. And you can see how we just start moving premium to discount, premium to discount, and you get an idea of that, right? So then even on this monthly, I'll throw up my Fibonacci tool again and say, where's premium and discount from my monthly swing points? And I can see, okay, so this is where we start talking numbers. You see how the equilibrium level, this 50% mark, is right at 128. We've heard that number a lot. Palantir could easily come back here. Why? Because it's going premium to discount, discount to premium, right? Fair value gap aligns right here with this 102-ish, right? That's a target. If we get deeper in discount, we can see price coming here, and coincidentally, air quote, it's right at that trend line. So you start to see how the institutional flow tells you where price is going based on where liquidity is. We have a gap right here. Those are high liquidity draws. Okay, so let's drop down to the weekly and get more near term. Now we start seeing some more bearish flow on the weekly, these red candles, right? So if I were to look at my weekly swing point, which is same as the monthly, so I won't even change it for here, I can see even clearer how price is starting to move from premium to discount, discount to premium. All these swings, like here, we're going from discount to premium, and we go right back into discount, right? So just with a trend line and a Fibonacci tool alone, I can get a sense of where price is going based on where liquidity is. Okay, so what's liquidity? It's one of the most important parts in algorithmic trading. Liquidity rests at, and they're like in this order of importance or strength, if you will. The higher the time frame, the stronger the pull. But as far as types, it is first any price gaps. That's why they say gaps get filled like 70, 80% of the time, because they are one of the strongest draws on liquidity. That means there are unfilled orders in this whole space that never got picked up. So it's a strong draw on liquidity. So price gaps, we call them voids in algorithmic trading. It also can be called SMT, smart money trading, ICT, inner circle. There's so many terms, but it's just algorithmic trading. So these price gaps are strong draws on liquidity, right? So that's why Palantir coming back down under 100 is not unrealistic. I'm not saying that's going to happen, so don't go, sell your calls. I'm not saying that. Billy Fathoms note takers requesting. Are you good with that, Ab? Somebody wanting to take notes, record it.
Huh?
Somebody is wanting their note taker to record the meeting. Are you good with that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm asking because it's your YouTube, so I want to make sure you're good with that. So these price voids are strong, and look at that again. The void matches up with my trend line, so it's not unrealistic, right? But what I'm looking for is liquidity. These voids is the highest draw on liquidity. The next one are fair value gaps. So this was on my monthly, but I can adjust it for my weekly. A fair value gap is a imbalance in the market, and it's where you see, I'm going to zoom in a second. Do you see how these candles, like the wick of this candle and the wick of this candle don't meet? There's like a gap between those wicks.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fair value gap, right? But you see how like over here, there's no gap between, there's really no gap between these wicks, this one and this one. So that's balanced. When you have a gap between these wicks like that across these three candles, that's a fair value gap. Also a high target for liquidity, because that means there's one side, buyers or sellers, that didn't get picked up. A complete gap is there is buyers and sellers didn't get picked up. That's why it's a high target. If there's a fair value gap, it means one side didn't get picked up, right? So in this case, we gapped up, we moved so quickly in the bullish direction. There's sellers here that didn't get picked up, or people who are shorting the market, I should say. Okay, so then we do that. And I'm just looking for anywhere price could be attracted to. So we have our voids, our fair value gaps. The other one is what we call relative equal highs or relative equal lows. Those are equivalent to what, I don't see many here on this time frame. Those are equivalent to what retailers would call double tops or double bottoms. Why is that a liquidity grab? Because when we have a double top or a double bottom, where do you put your stop loss? Right at the top or right at the bottom, right? So those are liquidity grabs for people, for market makers. So you often see things like this where people, like this is a great example actually. Right here, overall Palantir is still very bullish, but people who were going long here and probably still holding, like, oh, we're running, market's about to run. We got this candle on a smaller time frame. It may look different, but we're hopping in here, and then what happens? We wick through it just to stop you out, right? We wick through it. So that's kind of the idea of liquidity, because if you went long here and you were being disciplined, which makes sense, you put your stop loss here. Now, in the way that I trade, you would never go long here, because one of the rules is you don't go long in premium and you don't go short in discount. You want to wait for price to come back down to discount and then go long, because we're always moving from what? Premium to discount, discount to premium. This is why this 61.8 level on the fib is so important, because it's right below discount. You come back here, you can run, look at this right there, boom, 61. This is kind of the midpoint, but right there, that fair value gap runs right back up. Discount to premium. And now what are we going to do? Premium to discount. This is why on a higher time frame, Palantir is bullish, but in the shorter time frame, it's bearish. We are in very much premium of the current price swing. Price is telling us it doesn't want to go higher because it's not closing above liquidity. The last liquidity pool are swing points, swing highs and swing lows. When price closes above a swing high or below a swing low, you have good assurance that price will retrace and continue in that direction. When price wicks above a swing low or a swing high, like we did here, you have good assurance that price does not want to go higher. And what happens? We start closing below, right? And so you'll get this constant zigzag that is designed to freak you out, that says, oh, price might be running. No, it's just retesting to go lower and come back down to possibly test this trend line. At a minimum, I have confidence it's going to go to discount. If we close below discount, I have higher confidence it's going to go to this fair value gap. If we close below liquidity, this fair value gap, I am assured it's going to test this gap, right? And that's kind of how algorithmic price action works. And so let me go down the 24-hour chart. We use 24-hour chart instead of the daily because we want to capture all the pre-market stuff. I can draw another trend line here just to catch this trend here. And this would just tell me, okay, well, once on the shorter time frame, once price breaks this trend line, I know we're coming down to this trend line, and very high probability, we're going to try to get this fair value gap down here, right? Redrawing my Fibonacci from this like daily swing, this is most recent swing high to swing low, we see the same concept, right? Can't make this stuff up. What did price do? Ran up. This is now my price swing, and it went right back into discount, right? So if you shorted up here in premium down to discount, smart. If you tried to short down here, you probably got stopped out of your play or are sitting in drawdown, because price has to now go back from discount. We didn't, this is a swing point here. Let me make this bigger. This is the swing point here, right? And price did not close below that swing point. So that's telling me price doesn't want to go lower right now. Doesn't mean we're going to run. It's just, keeping our time frames aligned. We're not going to go lower right now. So now what? We're probably going to go back up, retest and balance some of these imbalances up here. See all these voids? That needs to be balanced. All these price gaps, we need to rebalance those. So price will rebalance. I'm not sure how much it will rebalance because we have a big gap right here. It could stop here for now and catch these later. Who knows? We got to see what price tells us. But what I do know is that right now, there is a daily fair value gap here that price is rejecting exactly at the equilibrium of that fair value gap, the midpoint, right? Price is rejecting it. So this gives me more assurance that we are just now retesting this new shorter term structure to go down and get liquidity from below. So just looking at where liquidity lies, I have confidence that Palantir is probably going to go back and hit this 145. Then I have confidence that, let me get my fib and see where I would drag this down to where I had it before, because I'm looking at a higher time frame now. Let me just align this. There we go. So now over the course of, however long, I have confidence that Palantir is likely going to go back to 128. We close below 128, and then I can start seeing my levels pop out as where liquidity is and where price could go. And if AB throws up his moving averages, I have high confidence that they're going to align to many of these levels. And that's the gist of algorithmic trading. It's following institutional flow, understanding where liquidity is and where imbalances are in the market, and then letting price tell you where it's going to go based on how it responds to liquidity.
Miss Taliesha?
Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned the 24-hour. How do we set that? Because I see the 1 day, where can I set that?
So in TradingView, I know it's in Thinkorswim. In TradingView, you add a custom interval and you just create it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. There's a reason it's not on here naturally, because it provides more information on where price is going to go.
The institution don't want us to know, but we got you.
Bingo.
And I thank you for not talking really fast, because a lot of people get on these Zooms and they start new information that's going at the speed that I'm going, and you really can't catch nothing. So I thank you.
I appreciate that. Any other questions? I don't want to take up the whole time, but that's kind of the gist of algorithmic trading. Ab, you want to add anything?
My bad. But no, you doing your thing. But everything that you're saying, I agree with. I'm looking at everything, and yeah, I was looking at my chart as we was going, and the way we do it is different though. I don't your the fair values and all that. So what I'm algorithm trading. Do everybody know what that is? Yeah, I know it's like it's bots, computers, like the orders and stuff like that, that they're using. Like they're using the computers, it's not actual humans that that are trading or whatever. I read it by um it's more technical than how Taliesha does it. I'm using like I could show y'all, but I'm using
Yeah,
more
I can stop
so
sharing.
a lot of parallel trend lines and stuff like that. But that was good. You done?
I can be, or I can keep whatever y'all want to do. You just let me know.
No, we could keep going. That's so I want to just try to
I got
run
all
through
day.
the let me just show real quick. I'm gonna just show my how I do it, and then I'm gonna give
Expecting
it
that
back to you.
emotion.
All right, bet.
And then we just gotta run through these stocks that everyone added on here.
Let me
Um,
answer while you're pulling that up. Tamara or Tamara, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. The fib, you just whatever time frame you're on, if it's daily, use the most recent daily swing points, swing high, swing low. If it's weekly, use the most recent weekly swing point, swing high, swing low. You can get more technical than that sometimes. Most times I trade the weekly candle, and so my fibs go on the prior week high, prior week low. But it just depends on what time frame you're trading. Is the gap more than $10? I don't know. I didn't look at the number at the gap, Ace. I love gap, honey. Okay. I think that's it. Thank you, Lisa.
so how I do it is I never wanted to show this because this is very technical. I'll remove my moving averages. Um so basically what this is, how I read the algo trading is I'm using support, resistance, trend lines, and you have to know your patterns. You have to know your patterns. So I don't, and I only used patterns that have a high probability of playing out. I don't believe in I don't believe in double tops. I don't believe in double bottoms. So we'll just start there. I don't trade. You'll never see me say, "Oh, double bottom, triple bottom, quadruple bottom." You'll never hear me say that. I'll only use head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, cup and handle, and inverse cup and handle, bull flag, bear flag. Very simple because the breakouts are easy to capture. You'll know if it goes against you. The cup and handle, the right handle, you want to see the right handle on the cup and handle be a bull flag. That's how you know the cup and handle is ready to break out. And I'm glad that someone pointed it out to me. They noticed my chart the other day. It was Virgil. It was Virgil. He noticed that as well the other day. But yeah, on the cup and handle, your right handle, you want to see it have a bull flag, or it's more than likely going to be invalidated. So with the algo trading, it's very confusing because I start with the 1 minute time frame. Why? Because on the 1 minute time frame, the the patterns start from your lower time frame and they work their way up to the higher time frames. The higher the time frame, the stronger the confluence. But the 1 minute, I'm not never taking a trade off the 1 minute. I could see a pattern way clearer on the 1 minute than I can on any other time frame. So, for instance, let's see, we're on the 30 minute. I gotta lock in. I don't like this stock. It's a lot of sideways action. Let me see. All right, boom. So what I do, let me see, let me see, let me see. So I'll have, damn, this whole shit sideways. Let me try HD. Oh. 30 minute. Damn. All right, boom. Yeah, I could use this. All right, so if I'm in a trade, and this is more so how, so I'll be like, all right, so I'll have my overall trend line to start to see where the trend is at. So I'll zoom this out and I'll take this low right here and I'll connect it up. I could take this low, but I want to take this low right here. I normally would take this low. I said this hoe. Wow, the devil's here. What are you talking about, app? But I'm gonna take this one because I want to capture more of the price action. So I'll just use a trend line and I'll take the lower wick. And I only use the lower wick to start off my trend line. Other than that, it's the bodies now that I need. And I want to see the most candles touching the line. And I'm looking for support and resistance on my trend lines. So I got to zoom in to see where they're touching at. I want to see support and I want to see resistance. Like what I mean by that is support's right here. These two candles bouncing here. Resistance right here. These are rejecting here. Did I put this right? Yeah, this is in a good spot. I'm just gonna make this a little lower. So I want to see that. So now what I'm gonna do is it's a lot of lines now. So basically I would take those resistance and now I have the clear uptrend. And now basically what you're doing is you're like, all right, so this is, you got to know like your falling wedges, your rising wedges, and all that shit. Like right now, I could see one right here. This is a falling wedge right here. That's setting up, and I could have got this on what do you call it? On the close. On the close, I could have took a trade, and because I know that we're at the bottom of this trend line, and this is a falling wedge, and I see us basing right here, and the wick is right here. See, the wick is right here, and we came down right here, and we're touching this structure area over here. I could have timed it by getting into play because I'll know at the end of the closing. I'll know the next day more than likely it'll gap up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I just would have lost out on that contract because it would have gapped down possibly. But right here, I see this trend line's been holding the whole time, so I would have got in. This is a falling wedge. When it's falling and then it squeezes and then it pops up. So what I'm basically doing is it's a lot of this. It's like, okay, we went up to this area right here. So that's the top where you want to see us break above. Like we broke above right here. There's a break and retest. In order for it to go up, we need to hold this level and do this right here. And then it'll fly up. That's what I'm looking for right there. So while I'm in this though, I'll be in the selling channel. So this is a selling channel right here that I'm looking at. And I want to see us stay in this the whole time. And then now what I'm reading is structure now. If I was in puts, I'll be, so yeah, know how I say candles bounce off candle, candles reject off candles. So I'll be putting my support and resistance a lot on literally every single structure, basically. The bottom of this. And I want to see these. So basically, I want to see, all right, if this ceiling holds right here and we break down, I want to see where the next ceiling is. So this would be the next ceiling right here. So now I'm like, if it comes up and break this ceiling, I still have this ceiling. If it breaks this ceiling, it's more than likely going to be invalidated. But it broke back down. Now this is the ceiling right here, the current ceiling. So now we reject and we break down. So now the next ceiling will be right here. Why? Because multiple candles are rejecting here. And I want to see it stay below here. And how you know to get into this will be, look at that. So now you broke down, you have your ceiling here. This red candle rejects here. Then you fall below. Now this red engulfing candle right here becomes basically the resistance. All these candles rejecting off here. 1, 2, 3. I say 2 to 4 times a retest. You break, but you gotta remember break and retest. So 1, 2, 3 gets rejected, right? Now where's the retest? It pops up, retest come 1, 2, 3, 4. I could take a trade because now we rejected the top of this and it was the fourth one. It fell down and then it comes and bounces off our trend line, comes back up to our ceiling, nasty wick, and it breaks down or whatever. And then I would honestly, I would have read this on a 1 minute because the 1 minute is probably going to give me a type of pattern, honestly, to see it better. Let me see. The 1 minute, you'll see your cup and handles and everything. I'm trying to see if this one shows a pattern, but it's going to be so much easier to read it on the 1 minute. Because, all right, so what I'm doing, so we're saying puts. So puts. So I'm going to use a lot of trend lines. I'll start right here because I like this area right here. So this 1 minute. I'm trying to find a good one. Like right here. All right, right here. So I'll take the bottom of this and I'm going to connect the body. I got to move this one. We're going to take it. So this is it. Support resistance. I'm trying to see what candles is rejecting, what candles is bouncing. So right here, this rejection and these bounces right here. So basically, so I see us bounce off this trend line. Now we have a trend line. We wouldn't have known it until we got this touch over here. So we broke here and then we bounced right here, came back down. We bounced here. These wicks right here is the same as the wick down here. So I'm taking account of buyers is somewhere here. So this is like support and resistance on in a parallel way. So then we break above, but remember our resistance is up here. You're gonna look and you'll be able to see this big engulfing candle. You break down, but it's still not something that I will hop in automatically. I'll wait for us to break down and come back down to this trend line right here. And the minute you come down, break under this trend line, you want to wait for a rejection and you'll take the rejection off of this trend line. You come down here and now you got the rejection right here. And you got this downward hammer candle was the start of it. So now this trend line right here I'm paying attention to that, and then this candle over here, candles bounce off candles. I see that candle right there. Now I got resistance right there, and I have a trend line. When your trend line and your support make a X like that, if you break above it, it'll change the trend. If you reject it, then the trend is now down. This trend line right here and this support is making an X. When you break above this X, it'll change the trend and you'll see us fly up. If it rejects, the trend is down to the downside. We rejected this trend line and we rejected this support and we fell apart. And then I'm trying to see what else I can see on him. And then so then you'll be in puts right there. We'll take a put play right there on that one based off the rejection of the support, the rejection of this trend line right here. And then you'll notice because you see these two got stopped right here. There was no wick. So the sellers was immediately there. They couldn't even break through at all. So that, and then we come down to the bottom and now we have a gap. This gap is gonna give it. We have a gap right here. So then uh gaps don't always get filled, but on a lower time frame, they're gonna get filled. So then so the gap is basically what we want to see as resistance right there. And then we got that big engulfing candle. So we'll wait for us to break down. We broke down and then we come up back to retest the gap right here. And then so now we have, and then you got to think about it as this is all liquidity right here. That's all. So this is all the money right here. This whole area right here. We came up and now we hit the gap. We touched the gap. So we just snatched basically. Then where's my? I haven't used this tool. Let me see. Where is that? We just snatched all this liquidity right here. So this right here, this area right here, we came back up to the break and retest. You come back up to get your money. It's called liquidity grab. We broke down, we come back up to retest. We hit the gap and we just snatched all this money right here, and it gives us more leg to run. And then you have to wait for the floor to break down. So with the floor is like, okay, you seen it come down and it went up. We don't know why it came down, but it's not a coincidence though. There's a floor somewhere here. So then you just want to take the most candles right here, rejecting or bouncing in one area. I took this area because I have these candles bouncing and I have some candles rejecting. And I'll just slide this over. The goal now is to break above this right here. I mean, break below this right here. So break and retest. You go up to the ceiling, you want to fill the gap, and then you broke down, and now we're flirting with it. Right there, right there, right there. We broke down, we came down. Then you want to see now that we broke down, now does this, because we broke under here, we closed under here, and now we having a wick right here showing that sellers came in right here. So now you want to see if this area is going to become your new resistance. And I'm looking at these candles over here as well to the left of me. I want the big candles rejecting though. I don't really want the small ones. I'm looking at the bounce here. I'm looking at the rejection here, the bounce here, bounce here. And now I have us rejecting off of this yellow line right here. We fell apart. And then I'll just use my selling channel to stay in right here. This is a lot though. I use this selling channel to stay in. As long as I'm in the selling channel, I'll stay in the trade. But I would know off the rip that this is sketchy right here at the bottom because it's not, this selling channel isn't, I like them to be parallel. This isn't parallel at all. This right here, you can see it turn into like a wedge kind of again. And then we fell out of it. Once you fall out of it, we'll stay like that. So boom, we came down. We got, I don't remember where this white line came from, but I know it's support and resistance. I didn't do it just recently though, but I see it even filled the gap where we rejected off of that, and then we break out of our trend line, and then now we're going flat. Once you go flat, you want to take that sideways area. You want to take this whole thing. So this white line right here is basically what we have to break. And then you're like, okay, I see a cup and handle. Let me see right here. I wish I could draw it. You got to know your patterns. There's a cup and handle right here that I see. So the handle is right here. The cup is right here. The right handle always consolidates. That's a cup and handle. So I see us go flat. We broke out this selling channel. So now that's like the warning shot. Once you break out of the selling channel, I don't like that. And then when I see us chop sideways, I want to try to see if we're going to go up and down. But I know we're more than likely going to go up. Why? Because we're at the bottom of our trend line that we drew on the higher time frame that we've been bouncing off of the main trend line. We're at the bottom of it again right here. So I could have took calls just based off that pattern in the trend line right there. And look at this fucking move right here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Look at this fucking move. So left handle, cup, right handle. Now you want to see it break this white line. Why this white line though? I gotta see on a from the this is a AV WAP. I think this is a AV WAP right here. Let me make sure. This is an AV WAP. That is cool. That's cool. That's the anchor VWAP right there. So that's telling me so we broke under, sellers are in control. But I see that we're trading sideways. If we were meant to go down, it wouldn't have been this much choppiness right here. It would have kind of fell down below the trend line, popped back up. It would have cracked the trend line. It didn't crack it at all. It's been a lot of choppiness over here. So we're just ranging, building liquidity. When you see it range, it's building liquidity, just a whole bunch of money just in this area right here. And now we need to see where it's going to be snatched. My bet is that this liquidity will be snatched to the upside. Why? Because we're bouncing off our trend lines right here. And we have a cup and handle, and now we're getting a floor build right here. Off of this structure right here, this last previous low right here, I'll take that and use, I want to see it, since we broke down above it, I want to see us get above this low right here, this previous low. I want to see us get above that line. And now I'm looking at my candles. What is my wicks telling me? I want to see us break above it. So we get the nice engulfing candle right here. Came down, retest, nice wick right here. Came down, another wick, a big wick right here. That's telling me right there to pay attention to bullish momentum. And then we have our base that I'm looking at from our cup and handle, this left base right here. It will be the next one that I want to see us get above. Boom, I want to see us get above that. And then I want to just see us consolidate. But I want to see us hold this orange line eventually. So we're consolidating, but we're still like up and down, up and down, up and down. I want to see it hold. I want to see buyers step in. And then right here, you get this big green engulfing candle. Then you get this medium engulfing candle. So this closes outside of this rectangle that we have, but we still didn't break above the AV WAP just now. So then you get this third one. What is it? The white soldiers, 3 white soldiers. So then it runs up, but I'm not going to get into it because I'm a break and retest trader. I'll wait for it to break out of this range, and I need to come back down, showing that this resistance is now support. It comes down 1, 2, 3. I say a lot of times after the third candle is the exhaustion phase. It has to take a breather. 1, 2, 3, three big candles. Nasty fake out. That was a nasty bearish a bear trap. That was nasty bear trap. 1, 2, 3 exhaustion phase. We get this nice pop up right here. Reject at our rectangle, but then as we try to come back down, we get a nice wick doji candle. Then this green candle closes. Now we're holding above our rectangle box. That's my break and retest. After this green candle coming right here, we finally break this right here. This is where I will get in about right here. and then we break off, and now it's all trend lines. It's all trend lines from here. I'm just gonna put, and we never even came back down here. This wick right here marked it. That was the last one. This rectangle actually, well, we kissed the rectangle actually,
Okay.
but we never truly we stayed above it right here. This seeing this right here is very good, and this was where's this? Where's that red line come down to? I guess that was a falling wedge. Oh, this might have been a falling wedge as well. So then we holding above our rectangle. So now it's telling me that this right handle of this cup and handle is ready to break out because we had one retest right here when we broke down, came up, two retests, came up, three retests, indecision candle, nice gap up right there. And we held the level three times. And then this orange line that we did from before in the past, that became support. And then buyer stepped in and it was over from there. We took off from right here. Now it's looking like an inverse. Now it's looking like a head and shoulders might try to set up on HD right here. But it's more so a lot of trend line, support and resistance, candles. It's a lot of lines that you're going to use to try to find the areas, but you just got to remember that support is just a candle bouncing off another candle. Resistance is just a candle rejecting another candle. And trend line is the same thing. You pay attention to your wicks. Your wicks will tell you the story when it's ready to take off. If you see a wick, you know that sellers is down here. In this case, we didn't get a wick right here. This candle right here was more than enough. This big green candle right here. But being as though we had this cup and handle right here, I would have took it just when it broke out. Would have took it off the rip. And then you just zoom in. You'll go from your 1 minute to your 5 minute to your 15 minute, 30 minute, and you'll see the pattern will start going on every time frame. And once it do that, it's getting ready to go. And yeah, that shit fucking flew. Other than that, I want to go through the stocks. I'll start getting in more of that. It's just so many lines that I don't like doing it. It confuses people a lot. And I know I just ran through that shit, so a lot of people not even gonna pick on what I said. But selling channel, buying channels, trend line, support and resistance is what I'm using. And I'm looking at the candle type. Like you have to learn that too, like your hammer candles, your dojis, the bottom of the wicks. It's very technical. But I do that more so. I do this more so when I'm day trading though. I wouldn't say I do it swing trading, but I don't really need to do all of this though. This is more so when I'm trying to get in and catch a big massive move. Like this would have paid out a lot right here. This big move right here. That's a lot. But that would have been this. But this damn that shit went crazy. So now that we're holding this level right here,
I gotta find the shirt to this. I don't know what
I
is
do
that.
too.
Let's
I was
see.
trying to think if I wanted to wear the white shirt or the black shirt. Which one was you thinking?
Wait, what?
Oh, what was you talking about?
That's because you're not on mute.
How he know what type of t-shirt I was talking about? So now that we're above the structure now, this is bullish for Home Depot right here. Cause this structure right here is what I want. So I'm gonna just stay on this real quick, and I'm gonna just give this stock while we're on it. All right, this is the big red trend line, and I'm gonna just tell you what I think about this stock right here. But this is another reason why you can't always go look 1, 2, 3. Most people probably would have said this was a head and shoulders. Nah, this is ugly though. This was what they would say call a triple top. My AV wops though. But all right, so HD Home Depot. I wonder what t-shirt she wore. Yeah, she probably did black. So damn, that's a nasty engulfing candle right there. All right, so I want to see resistance. This is resistance. I'm looking at the most candles rejecting or the most candles bouncing in one area. I don't really pay. I look at wicks to an extent, but I'm really just paying attention to the body of the candles. I put that resistance there because this wick kissed it, this wick kissed it, but these bodies is what I want to see. Rejection, rejection, rejection. I only need 3 rejections. I don't gotta go further. Um, my shit about to die. Yeah, we about to fly through this shit. All right, so Home Depot has to get above 418. But if it gets above 418, it depends what your target is. I got if it gets above 14, you want to make sure that it holds uh I would say a daily candle, 2 daily candles. You want to make sure 418 becomes support. And then if it does that, then you got 429.70, 430 after that. Let me see. I gotta bring my moving averages in. It's bullish. I like how my moving averages is rising up. My five. This is now today was the best. Today would have been so you want to get in at the bottom and let go at the top. So it was at 400. I like how the 5 day moving average is rising up. We had a nice bounce off the 10 day. All my moving averages, my short term ones, is telling me bullish rise, and then even 100 is starting to rise up. I would have took the trade down here at the 400, and it has been holding that level kind of, but this 10 day is what it bounced off of, and then the 5 day rolls up, and now it's taking off. 418 though might be resistant, so you are kind of late. You want to see it get above 418 and hold 418. I wonder what, yeah, 18. HD struggles with 418 a lot, so be careful there. Overall though, it looks good, but if you want to really if you like thinking about adding shares, I don't know what you was doing with Home Depot, but it has to get above 430 in order for shares. If options, it has to hold 418 and they got 430. But overall though, it's bullish, but it's a stock I'll just put on my waiting list right now just because the move it did today was crazy. It was at $18. Another thing, I don't anytime a stock makes an explosive move, I don't want to chase it. Anytime a stock is far from my moving averages, I don't want to chase it. It's well, like what stock was that I said earlier? Well, I think it might have just been futures. Futures is far from its moving averages, so I think a sell off is coming. Anytime it's running too far from the moving averages, I don't like that. But yeah, getting at the bottom, let go at the top. But HD is a watch list, and then Taliesha, you could pick whatever stock you want. They got a lot up here.
Grab a
Meta.
couple in the chat. Someone said, so Palantir, we got that through I know Katie's like Katie wants to hear a different story for Palantir. We've been
So
talking about
what's your not to cut you off, but what's
oh,
your
you're good.
overall thing on Palantir? Like what do you see Palantir doing?
Long-term bullish, short-term bearish.
Long term
I
bullish,
think
short term.
Palantir is going to, let me pull my chart back up. I think Palantir, so here's what I
Yeah.
see for Palantir. Let me actually share again. Let me go to my
Katie actually has a put on.
Palantir is nasty. This is a head and shoulders setting up on Palantir. Left shoulder. Head.
PLTR. Can you guys see my screen?
I'm about to give it to you right now.
Okay.
Ace is okay.
Yep.
Okay. So
Wait, hold
yes,
on.
you
I
can
don't
see
think
it or no?
I can't see it. I'm about to make
I
you.
can see it.
Oh, why can't I? Oh, it's because I'm sharing my screen. It's because I'm sharing my
Okay.
screen. I can't see it. Let me see. Okay, I can see it now.
Okay, bet. So what I see for Palantir is so the way that I trade, this would be called an order block. These often get retested. I'm on the weekly time frame. Let me go to the 24-hour, the daily. So same thing, this is an order block. So we're kind of retesting this right now. There's also some, without getting too technical, there's a what we call a BPR that's right here. That's going to probably keep price down. You can see we keep resisting that midpoint. But essentially, what I see for Palantir is something like this, where we go up and we might test somewhere in this area, in this yellow box. I'm not sure how high we go. I don't think we close about. I don't think we're making all-time highs again right now or close above this high, but we go somewhere in here, come back down, and start taking out these levels, and it could look something like that. Ultimately, I think Palantir is going to get to, I think there's a high probability of 128 and a decent probability of this 105.
105.
That's what I got.
Let me see what I got real quick. I got 131 and 105. Yeah, we're close. Our shit, I know our levels are always close though.
Yeah. That's good confluence. This I don't want to rule it out because it's not impossible. 89, there's liquidity there. There's a swing point there. We were just in that area a few months ago. Price likes to revisit areas that it's been before. The trend line goes through there. I wouldn't rule this out, but we don't know until we start getting a little bit lower.
And just to add to that, Palantir actual structure after if it breaks 110, the actual structure for Palantir, it will fall down to 80.
Yeah.
80. So yeah, it's not far-fetched. And then you don't even want to know where the 100 and 200 is at on a
You're
week.
probably down here, huh? I bet you it's at this level. It's between 60 and 40.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask a quick
100
question?
days at 60 and 200 is at 35. That's not good. It's because Palantir ran too fast.
It ran too much. Yeah.
Hey, can I ask a quick question on Palantir?
Yep. Me or Ab?
We could stay on the same chart. So like when I'm looking and I'm following you on it as well. So, but when I'm looking on the 4-hour, just to understand, what I'm learning here. So like on the 4-hour for Palantir, like even today, is that green candle in the 4-hour that just closed and we're opening up another one? Is that considered a doji candle?
I don't follow candle patterns, so I'm gonna turn it over to Ab.
So like that green one right there, that we
This one?
just closed, the one that we just closed today. Yeah, that one.
That's an
Is that considered
So
a
I think
doji
the
candle?
doji has a small body, but Ab, what do you say?
Yeah, that's an indecision. The doji is the gap up to the left.
This one?
No, all the way to the left. Your gap up to the left. Yep.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be more so if it was moved up more. But that's more so your doji. That big body, that's an indecision candle. They don't know who's winning, buyers or sellers.
Okay, got you. Because when I first was, trying to learn that, right? I saw the big wicks, the wick at the top, the wick at the bottom, and then understanding that the candle that follows next to it gives
so
an
these are
indication
just
as to
for
which way we're
regular
going. So okay, that explains
like
that.
this, like this, like this.
Hey, Jasmine, can you mute your phone?
Miss Taliesha,
Sorry.
I noticed that one of the lines you put voided. Is it because it had multiple touches in that line?
Oh, that's a void. So it's like a gap in algorithmic terms. It's a price gap. So no, that's just a strong draw on liquidity. That's why I say coming back down to these 80 levels isn't unrealistic. I mean, look at where our trend line is. Look at the weekly trend line. Coming back down here is not unrealistic at all. Painful, but not unrealistic.
Thank you.
Of course.
Well,
what else? All right, so that's good on Palantir. What else, Ab? Where do you want to go from here?
Why do I keep seeing that? I think it was Meta. Oh shit! What's up, Katie? I think it was Meta. Yeah,
Let me
Meta.
delete the levels I have because I don't know how accurate these still are.
Damn.
I'm
Well,
gonna
damn. All right. Well, yeah, we could do Meta, and then we gotta do Eli Lilly, because Danielle was the first person to post it.
Okay, so let's run through Meta real quick. So I won't narrate it all, but similar. I'm just kind of go through and see where there are potential liquidity on the higher time frame and where price could come back to. So just initially, basic, I can see Meta. I don't think it's unrealistic for Meta to come back down in this mid 600s. Let me go down to the weekly. There's liquidity here. This is what we would call relative equal lows. I think this could be one of the first down targets for Meta, 691. I think Meta then goes to try to fill this gap here. The midpoint of that gap is 615. That's also right below discount. So remember, discount, premium, premium, discount. So I have 691. I can see us somewhere in here, 621. We close below. I can see Meta getting back down here. Not highly probable because we have a gap here that could keep price up, but possible. But right now I see 691. We lose that. I see us going down to somewhere in the 630, 620 area. What do you see, Ab?
If we lose 730, I already see. So Meta for me on the short term is bearish, on long term is bullish. But if Meta lose 730, I got 670, and I believe it should bounce at 670. If it loses 670 though, it's not good.
Yeah.
If it loses 670, we're gonna go back. It's gonna test the 100-day moving average again because that's what it's been doing. That's all the way at 530. But just think 670 though. So the reason why Meta bounced this week was only because if Taliesha had her 10-day moving average, you would have seen that it kissed the 10-day moving average right off, literally right off of it. It bounced right off 731.41. And now we got the bounce and we're back above the 5-day moving average. But if it loses that 731, I got 670 on Meta. But Meta for right now is bearish. You only on the short term though. So what I mean by short term for for a few weeks.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's a fair value gap right here at like 665 and then a relative equal low at 678. So that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have discount level at, I could probably, well, depending on what price swing you get, but longer term discount somewhere in this 640 area. But it would have to lose all these levels, like Ab said, to get there. It doesn't just drop straight down. It has to go down, test, retest, retrace, all that. So
honestly, I see 660 on Meta. I see it coming down. I believe it's going to come down. 690 to 660, I believe Meta is going to touch within these next few weeks.
Yeah, I can see that pretty clearly right there. Yep.
Eli Lilly, you might as well just keep your chart.
All right, Lilly. Let's see.
Damn,
So
Eli
just off the gate, you can see we're in a downtrend, right? So hopefully no one's going long here. Let me move this trend line over here just so it's easier to see where these swing points are. But you can see it's kept trying to make higher highs and it just can't. So that's a really good indicator that we're going down. If I were to go from this swing point to this swing point and just look where discount could be, we are already deep in discount. So from where Lilly is now, let me go up a little bit and just kind of see what else is down here. It's a fair value gap there. Okay, we're closing below liquidity. So I would say closure below 680, and we're going to go seek some more liquidity down here. This 578 is a probable target because that candle has no wick and it's right at the bottom of this fair value gap. So I can see us doing some zigzagging again, and then I'm gonna delete this. Trend line's not really accurate. It should come back way up here, but let me see. The trend line is off. That's the real trend line. So you see how much room you have to still go up and still be in a downtrend? That's where we get faked out. So yeah, so I can see closure below what is this? 679, and I can see us going lower. Lots of gaps in Lily. Just like looks like they're trying to clean all this up. Another fair value gap. Closure below that, I can see us getting to the 620 area. Closure below that, it's not unrealistic to get into the 500s.
Mhm.
And let me put this back on to see where I'm gonna go to the daily or the weekly, 24-hour. So yeah, it just depends on how candles close, but I can certainly, I mean, you can look at the chart and see we're closing below swing highs. So that's telling us Lily still potentially has more downside. The one thing I will say here, though, is that this is a strong rejection from this liquidity level here. So it took liquidity and closed back up closer to premium. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lily starts to run a little bit, go up, retest somewhere in here before it starts coming back down. But the trend is definitely bearish for Eli Lilly. What do you see, Ab?
Yeah, I see failed rallies. I see Eli Lilly going to 767, 791 the most, and I don't think it's going to see 791. I see 767 if it does run, if it gets above 722. But honestly, from the short term, which is a few weeks, it's on a downtrend. Damn, this shit don't look good. If it loses 682, I got 668. 668, and I got 646. Honestly, if Eli Lilly can't hold 705, and it breaks under 700, I honestly could see 600 on Eli Lilly. Yeah, 600 looks like where it's going to possibly touch. 558 is not far fetched though. It could come down to 558, but it likes that 600 to 558 area. If you could look and see it from 2023, it consolidated in that area for like 6 months. It consolidated in between 558 to 600. So it's a lot of liquidity down there. So I can see it coming down there, snatching. I could definitely see it come to 600, snatching that liquidity before running up.
Agree.
Yeah, downtrend though.
Yeah. And I mean, to Ab's point, like the failed rallies is when we go up and we don't make a newer high. We just look like we're running up. So Lily can do something like this and keep coming down and run back, you know what I'm saying? And do that all the way down. Make it seem like we're about to run, but just keep in mind how much room we have to still be in a downtrend. Eli Lilly could technically come all the way back up here and, well, I mean, it'd be more like this one maybe, but it can come all the way back up here and still be in a downtrend, right? And not close above these swing points and still be headed down, but look like it's rallying. Those are the failed rallies he mentioned.
Facts. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the recording for stocks because my laptop was dying the last 10 minutes, so I closed it. I'm not sure if my phone going to capture it.
Yeah, kind of issues earlier too. All right, what's next?
Oh, yeah, bull. Oh, it is recording stuff. Okay, cool.
Charts. Let's see. Let me hide some old draw. Uber. Okay.
Uber.
So, on bull.
Oh yeah, I forgot about bull. I hate talking about this.
Hey.
Yeah. To an extent, I wouldn't even say
Is that a
the
cup in hand?
makes somewhat, not really. The left kind of invalidates it, but man, it's ugly. I wouldn't even trade that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see a short-term run to this swing point here, but this one it's already in premium, so going long here is risky. If you're looking at from all time, I mean, you do have this big gap back here. That could be an anomaly, not the highest probability, but it could happen to try to fill that at some point. But right now, price is not closing above key liquidity on the top. So it's not screaming that it wants to go higher. We are in an uptrend. I mean, I won't discount that. But price is not like, I mean, this is promising, this respecting this trend line. I'd want to see closure above. Let me see what this daily looks like. 24 hour.
Yeah, I was just about to tell you it's a cup in hand on the daily.
Yeah, I can see us going to try to get some of this. And then probably I want to see closure. So where we're at right now, closure above 1705, then I would say we're gonna go get this 1833.
Yeah. 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 I see 1730. And then 1835. If it holds that 1730 area for a week, like on a weekly, if it could stay above the 1730 area, I could see it run into 26. Because that'll be the breakout.
Possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible.
It's not enough data on this stock. Y'all got to be careful with these stocks.
Yeah, for sure. Closure above this gap is promising. When price closes above a key liquidity area, it's a good sign. We're going to keep in that direction. So it looks like it's closing above this gap. That's good. That's promising. So we can retrace and push up. But I mean, to Ab's point, I can see it running. It's not bearish over here. This part looks crazy, obviously, to the left. But this last, this year doesn't look bearish. But we have had some failed swings. So that's a little bit concerning. But the key level is seeing it close above this 17 area. And then I think we could get some room to run.
Uber, I can't go through all these stocks. I just noticed the time. We can do it.
I can do a few and then we can do it.
Yeah, I only said Uber because I seen it a few times in the chat.
Yeah, I see it too. Yeah, Uber.
Let me go back. See where we're at. So monthly. Uber. I mean, certainly bullish flow monthly. Let's see. Go down to the weekly since this month hasn't closed yet. So this is promising. We got some strong bullish order flow. So I would consider this an order block. And I'd look for a retrace and push higher. Let me see where Uber's going. Uber looks like it could run. It's deep in premium right now. Which means, it's at, I think, did it just reach a new all-time high? Is that my chart complete?
Almost.
Yeah,
a few
so I'd
cents.
want to see closure above 97.75. And I think Uber could start to hit some of the higher targets above. I use a standard deviation tool for this. Oops, I put it backwards. And I can see price, Uber getting up in like this 103 area, but I want to see closure above this 97.75. If we don't close above that, then it's going to go back and start seeking some sell side liquidity and can start getting in some of these lower areas. Which if it seeks discount, it could fall back down to this 79 to 83 area. But closure above this 97 is going to be key.
Yeah, I agree. I think we do Uber like every Zoom, and
Yeah.
97,
Same level.
yeah, 97.45 is resistance for me still. And it tapped that area July 8th, July 9th, and July 10th, and then it fell. And it fell to $86. Long story short, Uber right now created an inverse head and shoulders. If it breaks 97.45 and hold, I got 106 as the next target for Uber. But Uber ran too much. I don't trust it here. It ran way too much. Damn, that was a beautiful big cup and handle that's playing out on Uber. So Uber target that I have is 116.
Yeah, I can see 115.24.
I like Uber though. It's just right here. It's even if it holds 97.50, you're still kind of risking it. Like 85 would have been a good area to buy at Uber. But if you're doing options though, you want to see a whole 97.50.
Yep, I'm with you.
Damn. I'm trying to look for the ones that multiple people are agreeing on, so I didn't break fast yet. Kind of hungry now. I only had tea.
Yeah, let's shoot like 5 or 10 more minutes and we'll be done.
All right, NVIDIA.
Okay.
And then I see Google twice.
NVIDIA. Okay, so some of this charting, I think I just did NVIDIA for someone else. So it still is relevant. But long story short, it is kind of the same story as far as we're so deep in premium. And let me go to the weekly, you can see price starting to break down, right? So we are no longer agreeing to go higher by closing above liquidity. We're starting to close below liquidity. And so that's an indication that that price is likely going to go a little bit lower. So where could it go? I always start with where is my discount, and that's at this 135 level. Doesn't happen overnight. I can see it zigzag, but definitely, let me go to the daily and see where some of my swing points are. I can see 164.37, 85, let's just say 164. I can see 164. I can see us going there. 164.58. There's also a bit of a price gap right there. And I can just see us start to fill these imbalances, right? So it wouldn't be unrealistic to then hit 151. We lose that, and then we just keep going lower to find liquidity, 140. And then ultimately we get down to this area that would put us back deep in discount, and start crossing over the overall discount range around this 135. But we'd have to lose all these levels to get there.
I agree with everything she just said. My resistance on NVIDIA is still the same, 186.20. It didn't quite get there. It got close though. I think it rejected 185 area. And I got, if NVIDIA loses 167, so I honestly I wouldn't buy NVIDIA here. I honestly think it's going to break down. It has to take out 168, 160. I think the area that NVIDIA is going to come down to is where all the liquidity is at and where the previous high is at, 142, 142 area. I think NVIDIA is coming to, I think that's where NVIDIA is going to come, but it has to take out 168 and 160 and then 142. But I think it's a high probability that 142 is coming. So that goes back to your 140 and 135. We've been agreeing with everything.
Yeah. And that's what I love about this is that you all just saw Ab and I approach the market from different perspectives, but the levels are the levels, right? Like the chart is the that's the one thing that can't lie to us, right? It doesn't have emotion, doesn't have an opinion. It's just the data. And so you can see how we approach it from very different perspectives and still get to relatively close the same levels.
Damn, that's a lot of liquidity at that 142 area.
A lot. There's so much down here.
Jeez. It's going to become yeah.
Yeah, and on the weekly, it's even clearer. There's just so much down here.
That's bad. And yeah, right now where we're at, that's a lot of liquidity up here. So I could see the fake out, the bull trap happening because a lot of people is dumping in NVIDIA at all-time highs still.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that. That's going to be nasty. NVIDIA's going to take a lot of money.
Yeah. If there's one rule you can kind of take away with is don't go long in premium of whatever you're trading. Whether that's whatever price leg or candle, whatever you're trading, think about how close it is to that premium range of that price leg, and it just lowers your probability of being on the right side of the trade.
So basically, don't get in at the top, y'all.
Exactly.
Google. Damn.
Google. Okay, so this is really bullish for Google. So closure, this it's already end of the week. So this is going to close and create another order block here, which is very bullish for Google. I can see us retesting this order block, and there's also what we call a BPR down here. So I can see Google coming down. I don't know how long it would take, but I can see Google coming down, retesting some areas in here, and then shooting back up. I'll get you levels in just a second. Oh, this is a monthly, actually. The month, we still got a week in the month. Assuming the month closes above, if this month closes above 208, I can see Google really taking off and going up to, my first target would be around 246 and then 292 if this month closes above 279. So that's speculative. I'm not saying buy Google right now. On the weekly, still have closed pretty bullish. Let me throw up my fib. I use the fibs every day, every trade, because they're just highly accurate. I can see us, same story. I can see us coming back down and testing this. I want to make sure the week closes above prior week's high. And if so, we still have we could run up, but the probability gets lower how far it would go. I'm not seeing a weekly order block right now, which means there is bullish flow, but institutions haven't fully committed to say on the weekly time frame, like all money in. But I can see us coming back down and retesting this 187 level potentially, or we run up a bit. At all times highs, it gets harder to read where price could go. But definitely very bullish, but I wouldn't go long here.
Our fucking level is scary now at this point.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. Declining 5-day moving average. I will not go long here. I see Google coming to 186.54. That's why I smiled.
Yeah, 187.40. Yep.
I'm just like, God. If it loses 186.50, though, I got 175, which I could see it coming to. I don't think it goes any lower than that, though, but it's bullish. I wouldn't go long here. It's kind of overextended. You missed the move. 186 would have been okay. I got 223 and then 270 as a target for Google.
Crazy.
Or that is
and then
crazy.
look at right where that discount is right at around that 175. So again, two different approaches to get to the same levels.
Yeah. I have to go, y'all. I got
All right.
it. get some food in before these kids come.
No, I think we
Thank y'all.
gave some time today. That was good.
Yeah, real good. I appreciate y'all.
And I learned too. I appreciate everyone that joined. I appreciate you, Queen Taliesha. You taught me a lot too. Your trading style, I don't know much about it. So I learned a lot. I know a lot of people learned. They got to see two different styles, two different approaches, and man and woman work really good together. With the
Yeah.
right
So that was fun.
mindset. So that was
That was
good. I've been
fun.
waiting for that. That was really good, really good. I hope a lot of people got a lot of valuable information. That was good. We went through life, not even stocks. We started off with life, risk management, so we know the people that stayed on was really here to learn if they can get through that part. Because most people just come for the levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was real good. That was real good. I appreciate you and everyone on here.
Appreciate you too, Al.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you,
Well,
Taliesha.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, guys.
everyone have a blessed night. Stay focused, serve others, love life. Life is beautiful. Y'all know how it go. Peace,
All
guys.
right.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Go hug a tree.
Deuces.